Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam Rowe. This is my podcast co-host, Dan Nightingale.
Hello.
And this is the Have a Word podcast. And we have some exciting news, although it's not news because this has been the case for quite a while.
We're on tour.
We are going on tour. Tickets are available at haveawordlive.com. Now, here's the thing. We're doing a live version of this podcast with many special guests joining us. We've already done one show in Birmingham, huge success. And we have shows coming up in Newcastle, Dublin, and Glasgow. Newcastle and Glasgow, very close to sold out. But Dublin needs a bit of a push, you know what I'm saying?
Vicar Street, Dublin, Thursday the 6th of July. Get in it. Irish lids, come on.
There's still a couple of hundred tickets left, and we'd like to sell this big old room out. But we're getting there. So
in the autumn, I'm on tour, dannightingale.com, all around the country. And then Adam's on tour.
At pretty much the same time as Dan, adamrowe.co.uk. I'm going all over the gaff. Europe, the UK, Australia, and America still to be announced. I'm very excited about it. And on top of that, the primary purpose of this little pre-roll is to tell you about this podcast's Patreon page. If you're not already a patron, what are you waiting for? 22,000 and counting. We are the 18th biggest Patreon on the planet. Patreon.com/haveaweirdpod starts from just £3 a month, and you get all of these extras.
You get a patron exclusive every Wednesday. Just me, Adam, Carl, and the boys. Unadulterated, unfiltered. Have a word at its best. You also get the early release of the public episode. The pubes get it Monday. If you're a patron, you get it Saturday. And then also the back catalogue of all the Patreon specials, which are some of our finest fucking work.
It's not just Patreon specials. You get access to the entire back catalogue. Every bonus episode that we've ever done, you get as soon as you sign up. And like Dan said, we do a special every month. We've done drunk episodes in here, our legendary lock-ins. We've been on 2 ghost hunts. We've done the Amsterdam special, which is the most popular one we've ever done. And coming this month, we've got the Nashville special. A 2, maybe even 3-part special coming this month. And if you sign up from just £3, you get access to all the content. £5 and £10 get extra bonuses for signing up for a bit more money. But if you're just after the content, you can get it all from just £3 a month at patreon.com/haveaweirdpod.
22k. Get on me.
Haveaweirdlive.com for those tickets, yeah. Just all the live show tickets, all my tickets, all Dan's tickets.
Come on.
All in one convenient place.
Come see the lids.
Wag wag lids, you're listening to the funniest podcast in the game from the heart of Liverpool with Adam, Dan, Sensei Carl and Finn. This is the one and only Have a Word.
Brought to you by Manscaped, the very best products on the market for below the waist grooming.
Go Ed, get on me.
Oh, smooth.
Welcome to this week's episode with a mystery guest coming in the second half.
You'll know by the title of the fucking episode.
Basically, we've got a celebrity booked in, but you know, sometimes they cancel.
That's Jim Davidson for you. Unreliable.
Would we get Jim on?
Yeah.
Would we?
Yeah.
Have him a game of snooker. Big break.
He'd smoke us. John Virgo would turn up.
Get
What do you
Ted
think-
Hankey in when he gets out of prison.
I think John Virgo just turns up every time Jim Davidson's having a game of
And
pool.
John Parrott.
Would we book Jim Davidson?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
100%.
Why not?
Well,
Because he's horrible, racist, stupid old cunt.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, there is that, but apart from that,
Numbers.
We'd fucking ruin him. It'd be great.
You wouldn't. You'd be fucking sucking him off.
Why would I suck Jim Davidson off?
things said at work.
Will you get Katie Hopkins in?
No.
No.
Mad.
What?
What do you mean mad?
We can just ruin it.
What podcast is this? what are you on about?
I think it'd be
It's
fucking
not
great.
fucking wanky alt-right YouTube.
No, it isn't. No. But we could go look at you big thumbhead cunt. And if she leaves, it's 10 seconds of gold. Isn't it?
All right, yeah. How I see it.
She comes in, we're not going to be nice. If she wants to leave, viral. If she wants to stay.
That just makes us look like bullies.
Yeah.
And that could humanise her. And she's a big horse-faced cunt and she should stay that way.
So if this is the first time watching Have a Word because of the big guest, stick around because we've got some plans for this.
How you doing? How's your day been?
Oh, really, really good. When you're instantly out of nowhere nice to me, it's off-putting. What's up? You all right? You okay? Everything fine? I'm good.
We have a healthy relationship.
We do have a pretty healthy relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nearly 98% done here, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we can't be friends away from here, can we? Because then we'll have nothing. We can't do stuff together
monetize
and not
it.
film it. Are you fucking joking?
If I rang Adam for a catch up, right, mate,
I'd be so annoyed.
what you been up to? It would last 4 seconds. Like,
I mean, what are you doing? I'm not telling you what I've been up to. We've got to talk about it tomorrow.
All right, mate. How's things? Tell you what I've been thinking about. Shut up. Anyway, you don't even like being called.
No.
No.
There's no one who can call me who I am happy when the phone rings. There's no reason to call me. Like, even if you were telling me, even if I won the lottery and the lottery were like, oh, we found out Adam Rose won, I'm going to fucking ring him. Text me.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know it's the lottery because it would come up as an 01 something something fuck
You know,
knows
I've started
number.
answering the phone.
No!
Good.
I will be using the bullshit bell right now.
Good.
No, come on, no.
I've started answering the phone.
From 01773 fucking Norwich.
Whatever the number is, because I've realised they're not in my house and they can't get me. If I answer the phone to someone and I don't like who it is, I can just hang up.
Yeah. And
If someone rings me and they're like, Mr. O, you've got to fill this form in and come down, I'm like, no, fuck off. And I literally do that. I've got no problem just putting the phone down.
Same.
Got a totally new system.
How long do you last before the phone goes down? I mean, how many...
Depends who it is. I get really excited now because when it's one of those numbers, if it's like a ambulance chaser twat who's like, hey, you've been in a car accident, that wasn't your fault. When it's them.
Hey, you all right, lads? I've seen here you've been injured or had a car crash or felt sad recently. You get some money.
I love those phone calls because I had a video of me talking to one of them on TikTok, do like 1 million views because I was just winding them up.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of them, it was a phone guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Phone contract. Hello,
phone
Mr.
contract.
O, we have got new contract for you, sir. The contract you're on, you tell me what it is, I give you a better deal. And I'm like, all right, lads, sound, yeah. And I told him, I said I was on an iPhone 5C,
Yeah.
right? I said, I've had it for a while. I'm paying 120 quid a month for 1,000 minutes and 200 texts. And he was going, oh, sir, my friend, I can get you a much better phone than this. I can get you iPhone 12 and for like £45 per month, I can give you unlimited everything. And I was like, wasn't born yesterday, mate. Fucking, I know when something's too good to be true, lad. He's like, no, sir, do you want this deal? And then I said, yeah, but can you ring me back tomorrow? Because I'm in the middle of burying a dead body.
No?
No? He goes, okay, sir, when is a good time to calling you back tomorrow? And I was like, oh, well, I think by the time I've buried this stupid bitch, you broke my heart. And I've washed my hands and got all the blood out of my clothes. I think about 2 o'clock tomorrow be sound. And he goes, okay, 2 o'clock tomorrow, I ring you. Because he doesn't give a fuck. He's on commission, and he knows murderers need phones as well.
Yeah, that's not in the training plan for that call centre.
not
By the
allowed
way,
to
that was
hang
a Swansea accent that Adam was doing. If you're wondering, the call
By the way,
centre
that was
in
if you go
Swansea.
and watch that video, it's a pitch perfect accent of that man.
I need to start answering these calls though, don't I? Because I don't. If it's 07, if it's an unrecognised mobile,
Why?
and
It could be a hospital.
where it could be a hostage situation.
No,
if
hospital.
anyone abducts my wife and kids, it's not going to come up as a recognised number, is it?
I reckon when a hostage situation happens, when they take your wife and kids hostage, they often ring you from your wife's phone. They go, dial your husband.
You said that with a lot of authority.
Or 141.
Yeah.
Clever. You know?
What's 141?
What's
blocks your
blocks your
number.
number?
Oh, mad that. They'll never know.
No, but it could be it could be something important. I
could
answer
have a long-
every call.
Yeah, you could have a long lost relative who's left you billions.
You're on the different side of this call, Carl. You literally speak to everyone for prolonged arguments and phone. Like every direct debit that you should have already set up
Yeah.
is a weird battle online with someone in a call center, innit?
Yeah.
So you're
understand
too
that,
far on the other side of the spectrum.
They're not
really.
getting
My
my
therapist thinks I'm avoiding all my problems because the chaos it brings makes my life entertaining. And if I actually got everything done, my life would just be boring to me.
That's why he leaves us eating them.
So you just bring the noise.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently I'm causing myself chaos because I would find it boring to not be in the midst of chaos. It makes so much sense.
I've seen it live. If Adam has admin to do, you could sellotape it to his fucking forehead and he'd still be like, I'm not doing that.
We've had
I'll
to
do it later,
sellotape it
lad.
to his fucking desk. Matthew sellotaped something that he had to sign to his desk so he couldn't put it in the bin.
But in my head, all the unrecognised numbers is just boring and I don't want to know.
Yeah, but often it's fun if you play with it.
Yeah.
It's just some gobshite who's trying to get their commission on something and they've bought all the data and it's like, hello, sir, I have a... Do you want to buy a holiday home in Madrid?
Jeff Holidays. He's back.
Holiday home in Madrid. You've heard of Spain. A lot of people go to the beach. Don't do it. Go to the biggest city in Spain,
Mainland.
the capital. Mainland Spain. Who needs beaches? We have motorways.
Answer your phones, people. I hate dealing with people over text and email because you can say an email in 5 seconds. I can't do that. Okay, cool.
By the way, I'm saying right now, if that phone rings at any point in this episode, I'm answering it. Because I think the podcast gods are going to be with us and we're going to get a cold call.
So you two are the opposite. You'd rather a phone call and you'd rather a text.
Yeah. I'd rather a phone call.
So how do you two communicate?
Text. Because I just refuse to bow to his demands.
I never call him though because I know he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But I hate
But at least
texting.
you're consistent with the form of communication. We talked about this on an old episode. If someone messages you on like text, then just get back to them on text.
What's the
if they
thought-
go WhatsApp, they go WhatsApp. If they go Facebook Messenger, just tell your Auntie Linda to fuck off.
If someone who usually texts me rings me, I panic because I'm like, someone's dead.
Yeah. You can't text someone saying someone's dead.
Do you know what I mean? I assume it's bad if someone's ringing me
yeah.
because why are you ringing me? What's that important?
Oh, so if you want to fuck with Adam's anxiety, if he doesn't answer the first time, ring 4 more times knowing he's not going to answer, so he has 5 missed calls. Oh, yeah. That's definitely...
When someone rings
That's
me
an
for something that could have
explosion,
been a
innit?
text message, honestly, they go right on my shit list. I'll cut them out my will.
You will?
Who's in your will?
Have you done that? Did we sellotape that to your forehead? You will?
I've got a last will and testament.
No, you haven't.
What? When?
I set it
Got a
up last
direct
week.
debit for your fucking energy bills?
I set it up last week.
Who? You're not married? Who's he going to?
Like family and friends.
Me?
Hey!
You know the life insurance you've sorted for us because
Yeah.
you were worried about your foot.
Yeah.
Well, I finally got round to answering the phone to them.
That's nice.
They kept ringing me and I kept answering it. And what they do is go, oh, we've got these questions we've got to ask you for the life insurance. And I was literally at times just sat on my couch playing FIFA or, just scrolling. And they'd be like, have you got time now? And I'd be like, no, don't want to do that.
Couldn't fit in.
So then I eventually was like, yeah, go on, ring me at 2:00 tomorrow. And he did. So I did it. And they were like, right, who do you want the money to go to be divvied up? And I thought long and hard about it. So I gave it to Carl.
Holiday!
Divvied
that's,
up to Carl.
that's going to be a hell of a wake if Adam dies, isn't it, in the Maldives? Not a lot of people do that. But I want to give you the send-off you deserve.
Have you been a doctor with your foot yet?
I'm halfway there.
Halfway to the doctors?
I've had the phone consultation.
Oh, fuck's sake. And what?
Dr.
Abramovich.
Dr. McSweeney or something.
Right.
He's like, look at that. That's a big fecker. You'll need a doctor for
With
that.
the phone as well, that's mad. You could feel it through the phone.
No, I showed him a picture. He didn't say it.
Who was this? He said you'll need a doctor for this, so it wasn't a doctor.
You're going to need a doctor for this, and I am
No,
not
it's old
qualified.
Tommy McSweeney, you get his number.
The butcher.
You give him a ring. Jesus, look at the size of that fucking thing.
He's triage for the doctor. It's a big boy, yes.
Oh, I'll fucking triage you. And I was like, do you want to see it? And he was like, I tried to turn my phone so it could see it. And I just heard my phone going, no, I can't. It's not clear. It's not clear. No, I can't see it. It's not clear. No, it's still not clear. It's still lower. It's not clear. Okay, it doesn't matter. I couldn't even I couldn't show him because you need an angle. I can't just show him the foot.
No, but you can
because
turn.
if you've not heard, I've got a lump on my foot and it's fine. Probably.
It's about as big as that bell, and I'm not even exaggerating.
Same colour.
You're not even exaggerating. And it's got a little dinger on top with
It hasn't, but it is about the size of that bell.
Right.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I think it's clear you're not taking many dick pics if you can't get the good angle on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Use the wide lens.
indicative of that.
It's a fucking small bump
So's
on
your
my
dick.
foot.
Oh.
Yeah,
all
I rest my
fair enough.
case.
My dick is a small bump on my
Foot.
mons pubis.
So, what's the outcome?
Yeah, I've got to go and see a proper doctor, because he was just a bloke in the pub.
And you explained it to him and he said, oh, that's awful. Oh, shit.
He went, I don't think it's anything to worry about, but I'm laid back. Don't worry about it. He genuinely is.
Hello,
what
Dr.
do they-
McSweeney. I've got 3 bullet holes in the back of my head. I don't think that's anything to worry about. But
Show me the
see a
phone.
doctor.
Show me the
not-
phone.
not
I can't
clear.
see it. Lower. That's not clear. That's not clear.
3 bullets in the back of me head.
So I've been referred
Shit. To a consultant.
to a specialist.
Oh, dear.
Do you know what specialist it is?
Foot.
It is a foot specialist. Yeah, it's not a oh shit.
OJ.
You're dead specialist. It'll be fine, won't it?
What's feet again?
What?
Chiropodist.
Podiatrist.
What's chiropodist?
A podiatrist is a baby doctor.
No.
That's a paediatrician.
Pediatrician. If you send your baby to a podiatrist, it's going to be an interesting day.
Podiatrist or chiropodist. There you go.
I think it used to be called chiropody.
chiropody.
Chiropody? Chiropody. Choreography.
It's a podiatrist or a chiropodist.
Or a pediatrician. Either way, they're going to be like, oh, that's not a baby, that's a lump. Oh, you've got a pregnant foot. That'd be great.
Imagine if you took your baby in and they said, that's not a baby, that's a lump.
I mean, it was.
Get that fat lump out
I
of
think
it.
my baby's sick. That's not a baby, that's a lump.
Dr. McSweeney with a pregnant lady. I can't see it. It's not clear. I'm not sure. I think you're just fat. So that's me. You know, I'm virtually got the all clear. Apart from I've not seen anyone to see the lump, but the ball's rolling.
I think you're in trouble.
Right, I know you do. It's fine.
Me and Adam know what our payout is as well.
Yeah,
We're
we've
laughing.
got the life insurance. It's absolutely fine. And who gets the payout? My wife? No, these cunts. So that's a well planned thing, isn't it?
We're going to fucking. Do you know? Where do you want to go?
Don't know. I've decided what I want to do for my stag do though.
Are you engaged?
Hang on. With this little bit of scratch. And that was Dan's foot update. And this is Adam's stag do update. Just to know, he's not getting married.
Golf holiday.
Get a golf button for fuck's sake.
Cool. Let's do it.
Hang on, Adam, you haven't done this yet.
Oh, God. This is how bad. This is how
Just
bad.
So we're not what we're talking about. Here we go.
There it is. There it is. Just to let you know, the golf thing is gaining so much traction on this podcast in Adam's ADHD mind that I'm starting to miss the quadruple chasing fucking Reds. Of
They'll be
this
back next
time
year, don't you worry.
It's almost like the spring, something goes like, fucking Jürgen said to me, oh yeah, we're getting Europa, boring. I'm going fucking golfing.
No, do you know what? I'm quite excited about being in the Europa League next year because the final is in fucking Dublin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Imagine Liverpool get to a Europa League final in Dublin. Oh,
I mean, yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
it'd be so
Play
good.
Red Bull,
Jurgen,
like,
so it's a
play
bookie hooker.
Sevilla again.
Sevilla will win again.
Can they ever fucking do any other competition?
You don't need to. They're so good.
At Europa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, what was that?
That's me stance.
I thought he was going to do a conversion.
20 Zion.
What are you playing? Beach volleyball? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, more Phil, you. Wait until your coach gets older, you'll learn.
Coach?
I've booked a coach.
I know you've booked a coach to Dublin. Where? Come on, lads. We'll go in Europa.
I've
I've
booked
booked us in
myself
on a
to
golf course. Have you what?
Yeah, I can tell you to.
Have you booked a hotel already for the Dublin for the Europa League final?
Yeah.
Did you get a refund for Istanbul that
Yes.
Jürgen told you to book?
Yes.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
actually did that yesterday when the confirmation came
When they
through.
rang you about your phone
Yeah,
deal.
they literally
Hello,
emailed me
mate.
and were like, looking forward to have you stay in this place in Istanbul. I was like,
Hello,
come on,
mate.
lad, sell it to some mank twat.
I can get you a new phone deal and also give you money back from my dad's hotel that you booked in for the Champions League final. Right, okay, so hang on, let's just... You stag do, you're not engaged, you're not married, that's fine. Well, you're not married, but you're not engaged.
Can't have a stag do once
Right.
you're married done.
That'd be silly.
You can. I mean, if you're really trying.
I mean, you're big.
You just need a new wife. What's the plan with your stag do?
Golf holiday.
Right.
I mean, Carl will have to book it all, but that's what I want to do.
Right. For golf.
A week in, what?
Yeah, go.
Week away. 4 days of golf, 3 days of getting fucking wild and wet.
Bosnia.
So there's got to be a water park.
Oh, yeah.
A water park golf holiday.
You see,
Water park golf holiday, with,
Autism in a
but
holiday.
also the clubs.
are you taking the clubs? Or are you going to the club? Because there's a rule in Portugal, you can't take the clubs in the club.
What country's got the clubs, the golf, and the water park?
Every country in the world.
Portugal?
Has it?
I bet it's got a water
The clubs?
It has got a water park.
Yeah, but the clubs.
You go Albufeira, there's a fucking water park down the road and there's golf courses fucking everywhere.
But the club.
In the club,
There's clubs everywhere you go.
Albufeira's got some clubs. I
The
mean,
clubs in Stoke-on-Trent.
You could go there.
There's actually a water park in Stoke-on-Trent as well.
oh, cool. Cheapest stag do. Fucking budget.
But yeah, that's what I've been watching. My TikTok at the minute is just entirely golf stuff. And I got like a sponsored advert for, why not do your stag do on a golf resort in Portugal? And I was like, I've just decided that is me.
Yeah, cool. Do you remember last week when we had a conversation where we do a Patreon special golf thing in Portugal? It's already happening.
Yeah, but that
You want another?
you don't just have to do it once, though, do you? Yeah, we'll do it for the Patreon special, but then I want to do it again for me stag do.
Right. You just want to go to Portugal loads?
No, I just want to play golf.
Right.
How long do you think this golf
6
fad
months.
is going to last?
6 months.
6 weeks.
No
So
chance.
it's not a criticism about you, but it is a character trait is
Yeah.
being quite faddy with stuff and getting into stuff and then out
Yeah,
of
but
stuff.
occasionally I just find...
Look at the big balls on Finn.
Occasionally I just get something that I know I'm going to run with properly, and I haven't had that for a very long time, and I just know. And also I was proper in... You got to remember, I played golf for 5 years as a teenager and loved it. And the only reason I stopped playing is I got obsessed with comedy.
Yeah. He
know
would have
he's not
been
obsessed
a
with
great
comedy
golfer.
anymore.
It's the only way out of Cardinal Heaton. It was either murder or golf. And, he chose golf.
Shows what? Comedy.
So I'm very
You
excited.
didn't play
I
golf
think
at
it's gonna be
school,
my
though,
thing.
did you? I know you played golf while you were at school. There wasn't golf at Cardinal Heaton.
We had the pitch and putt.
At the school?
It wasn't massive. Like.
What, just fucking pitching it into the nunnery?
I mean, it wasn't aimed at the nunnery. Like.
I mean,
It was
you
big
did
net.
hit it at the nunnery occasionally.
Ah, wild.
It's like 8 holes, 9 holes.
I used to play in the summer holidays. I'd play like most mornings.
Early doors.
Just
Get
bunk onto Barden.
Yeah, bunk onto Barden. Get there an hour before it opens.
Bunk onto Barden.
yeah, bunk onto Barden.
Bunk onto Barden.
So Bowden Park Golf Course
Boggin in the Boggin
would
Hunt.
open at like 8 o'clock.
So you
But
got
sunrise would be at 6. So if you got there for 6:30, you got an hour and a half of golf before they opened. And then the fella would come round and
chase
be
you
like, sorry lads, you haven't paid yet, have you? So it's 12.50 each. And we'd all be like, we'll just have the holes we've already played.
Oh, so they took you off at like the 10th.
They'd try. But I was old in the golf club.
You had the clubs.
Bunk on means to not pay.
Bunk on the bus.
Bunk,
hit the
bunk
game.
in the game.
Bunk on the booth.
Yeah.
Bunk on the Baron.
Yeah.
And the Baron is the golf course.
Bowring Park.
Bowden. So bunk on the Bowden.
Bunk on Barden.
You actually make us sound Polish.
Well, bunk on the Bowden.
I'll say it again. How did you bunk onto Barden, yeah?
I used to bunk on the Bowden, yeah.
Is you bunk on the Bowden? Yes. Yes.
Used to bunk onto Sawgrass.
No. Right, okay, cool. Shall we go and pay to play that course then? That'd be nice. You don't have to bunk on anymore. You're doing all right.
Yeah, and that's a really good starter course, actually.
Right.
It's not a difficult course, but
It's over the motorway.
What?
like 11 of the holes are on this side of the motorway. You go across a flyover, and the other 7 holes are on the other side of the motorway.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah. Working class golf club, golf course, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a prison. You go round that. The shot on the 7th is difficult. You've got to get it over the prison ground. You get a ball in there, you've lost it. They're trading that. They put him in socks. They beat to death their fucking cellmate. That's classic. But that is the bunk on the Baron. We've never had the Open, but we're hoping to make it the Royal Bunk on the Baron. Prince Andrew has been given a fucking membership. And to be honest, he'll be able to play from the prison when they finally convict the fucking nonce.
The bunk on the Bowden Open.
No one pays.
I understand everyone's
Excitement.
I understand people's skepticism about my ability to.
It was a
stick
bold
to something.
skepticism, because Carl and I are in a different position. Finn waded in like, I'm not having a go, but I definitely am. A lot of people say you're a faddy twat. What's your response to that, my boss?
Well, you can't play in the winter, can you? Anyway.
Yeah.
Can you?
Oh,
It's obviously more difficult and it's wet and whatever. It's not as
I see.
like whatever.
Well, I thought it was
Snow golf,
I thought it was
mate.
a proper spring, summer, autumn sport.
But also you can go abroad in the winter.
Yeah, that's what they used to do before school.
It's made me excited about Dubai.
Portugal.
If I went back to Dubai, I'd take my clubs because there's so many good courses over there, and I've obviously never took advantage of that. But you can play golf of a night in Dubai.
Oh, you want to, because the daytime's fucking ridiculous.
Not in
isn't
the
it?
winter. The winter's all right.
Yeah.
The winter's like a summer here in Dubai.
Yeah.
We've booked Abu Dhabi for the UFC in October.
The UFC. Oh, nice. Going back to...
They haven't actually announced they haven't announced it yet, but they know what weekend it's going to be, so we've booked our hotel.
You paid for everything, or you're bunking on the Abu Dhabi?
We're bunking on the Abu Dhabi.
Bunking on the Abu
Bunking on
Dhabi.
Dubai.
Sometimes sometimes I bunk on the barren. Fucking stupid podcast. I love it.
Yeah, hang on,
Sometimes-
wait. We forgot what he's talking about. Do it again.
Sometimes Laura goes, "What did you talk about today?" And I'm like, "Today's going to be one of them days." And I'm like, "Right." So Adam used to play golf with a bunk under barren, and she stares at me like I'm a fucking moron. But she doesn't have to work, so 1-1.
1-1. She's doing well there. 4-1 to you.
I'm starting the me and Laura are starting the diet tomorrow morning.
I started mine yesterday.
This is the last day of carbs because we're going to Tenerife. Are you taking the clubs?
Don't take the clubs.
You can take the clubs to Tenerife.
I could take the clubs to Tenerife, but I don't think I won't have played loads by then. I'll probably have had one game before we go. Because
Should we go and do some pitch and putt then? Just as a little fuck around with some beers.
if you want to, yeah.
I'd like to.
I'd love to do that.
You know I love,
That's actually how you get a lot better at it. Like, you shouldn't focus on your driving. Apparently, the best way to improve your golf game is to start 100 yards from the pin and learn how to play short.
Short game, mate.
Oh, my short game. My sand game. Oh,
good, yeah.
I'm great out of
On
the
the
powder.
beach.
Whoop.
And your
yeah.
Mars game as well.
What? Yeah, we're doing the weigh-in tomorrow morning. We're doing a proper UFC fucking weigh-in.
Right. What's the diet you're doing?
The space food diet.
What's that?
It's the Cambridge weight plan.
Oh, you're going back, are you?
Are you going to be all miserable?
No, I'm going to be good.
No, you're not.
I'm going to be... Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. And that's one of my oldest sayings.
I think you've got a t-shirt with that written on the back, haven't you?
Yes.
It's actually Kate Moss.
I have t-shirts with lots of things. Catch flights,
Yesterday
not
I
feelings.
had butterfly chicken with rice and peas from Nando's, and then after me gig, I made me and Alfie a steak sandwich, and that's all I had all day. And I think if I have a heavily proteined meal twice a day and don't eat anything else, by Sunday, for the christening I'm going to, I'm going to feel good.
Don't drink calories. Cut out as many carbs as you can. Up your protein. Drink a fuckload of water.
You're
Don't
going to be
booze.
so
It will
miserable.
drop off you.
You're going to be so miserable.
Smoke a little bit of crack. That'll cheer you up.
You're not allowed to come in here miserable.
All right, I won't. Well, let's,
If he comes in a mood, we'll just point it out. He loves that.
Yeah. Can you do your sneak still? What sneak flavour have you got there done?
I haven't got a stink on the go. A stink? I ain't got a stink on the go, but I got a little bit of stink.
Where's Adam? He's got a stink on the go.
What flavour's that done?
This is Rainbow Burst. It's a fucking busy little cunt, this one. That's very summery. And this is the Sneak Hydrate. But they're all 0 calories. I didn't mean this to be an advert. But if you
I
want to
did,
lose
because
weight...
you have to do it.
Sneak. So yeah, we're starting it, but we're doing it together, Laura and I. So we're going to keep...
Best way to do it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go. If she's even looking at a snack, I'll be
Is
like...
your slimming well
What are you doing, fatty? Like, that's my support.
I've
'cause
slowed-
I love
totally.
it. Yeah.
I've slowed mine down.
You've slowed it way down.
Yeah, because it was making me miserable.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Because you had like quite a positive outlook at the start.
Yeah, and I've still lost loads of weight, but like I'm not as militant on it.
But did you drop about 1.5 stone?
No, about a stone.
So the great thing with the Cambridge weight plan, which is the 1-to-1 diet, if you've ever tried it, I used to do it. I dropped to about 4 stone. I went too
Steve,
far.
can you contact the Cambridge Weight Plan and see if they want to sponsor us? Because
Yeah.
we might as well at this stage.
But you've got to do it one-on-one with a consultant. So it's there isn't meetings. You just go one-on-one. My consultant was called Kay Garrett. We used to call her the gay carrot. She was great. She was fucking brilliant. She was so good. And
What makes a carrot gay? Is that like when
I think it's
men use it as a dildo?
yes, it is.
If you shove a carrot up your ass, it's gay.
Yeah,
Carrot's
And
gay.
The carrot's gay, yeah.
In
You're
her
not.
case,
The carrot is.
in her case, it was wholly wordplay. She
Having
wasn't
something in your
a gay
ass
vegetable.
doesn't make you gay.
No,
But being a carrot that goes up someone's ass.
that's a gay carrot.
Yeah, okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify.
Just
Okay.
to clear up, she wasn't a gay carrot. She was Kay Garrett. She was brilliant. She was fucking brilliant. She was one of the best ones. It was when I lived in Leeds. She was just like a master consultant, and she trained me up, and I became a consultant because I'd lost so much weight. I sold fucking.
You used to be a skinny boy.
Yeah.
Your
And
dad
then
was
I've
mad.
just piled it back on. But I know the techers.
You've got
If
to go. You
can
can't
commit to
go
it-
as bad as skinny
No.
as you did.
You looked mad. You look like a
You look like a Bratz doll. It was mad.
So I'm 14 stone now.
Bratz doll.
And
Don't
I-
go to
Do you know
like
what I mean?
11.
No, you're a bit like fucking.
If I drop 2 stone, I look hell. Everyone's like, "Oh, dropped a bit of timber, healthy." By the way, when people go, "You've lost weight, you're instantly healthy," it's so wrong. Like, I don't give a shit who loses weight or who wants to or who doesn't. Right? If someone has decided to start a weight loss journey or whatever, then it's fine to go, you look good, you know, because you're affirming that, aren't you? I then got sort of addicted to losing weight, which is classic, like knobhead addiction
Classic
stuff.
you.
I went from 12 down to 11, down to 10 and a half at my lightest. And my sister was like, mate, your head is too big for your body.
Yeah.
You look stupid.
Yeah.
You
got to be careful
not
who
gonna do
you
that.
do say, oh, you've lost weight, you look good too. Because if you're doing that like an AIDS ward, that's not a compliment.
No.
You know what I mean? That means they're near the end of the
Yeah,
life.
I don't. Do you go them much? Do you do a lot of work down the AIDS
Charity
ward?
work. Lots of
The
charity
AIDS
work.
ward, they've got AIDS to the point where they're bedridden with AIDS. In a special ward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the first part of it is on one side of the motorway, and then you've got to fly over, and the other part's on the other.
Yeah, but you do get to the point with AIDS that you can't leave the bed, don't you? I've seen Philadelphia. Tom Hanks was fucked, mate. He's always
It's
sleeping.
not with AIDS, though, is it? AIDS causes other things in your body, so you'd end up on a
Yeah, but
I don't think this
human
is,
Now it's
envirovirus.
time for Adam's health
You haven't got
update.
AIDS.
and that was AIDS. Yeah, I think you know. I don't know if there's a special ward.
Adam, do your golf thing.
You know, AIDS. And I swear, you know, my coach has told me AIDS is really bad for your long game. And that's why I won't get it. It's not going to help my game. Fact.
yeah, but don't go around the AIDS ward saying, fucking hell, John, you've lost weight.
No, don't do that.
That's just not nice.
Don't do that.
At the same time, don't go around the obesity ward and say, fucking hell, Karen, you've put weight on.
Obesity ward.
The obesity ward? It's next door, or? No. The obesity ward.
You're that fat. Get in there. Come.
Also, don't go around the obesity ward going, fucking hell, Karen, you've lost weight. And the nurse is like, come on. Got a job to do here.
What's the job?
To get them less obese. Okay. I believe that's the end of that section. And if you take anything away from this, remember, golf. Now then, ladies and gents, time to tell you about my absolute favourite sponsor. It's manscaped.com.
Now listen, just over a month now until Father's Day, Sunday the 18th of June. If you haven't already marked that on your calendar, what are you doing with your life? I guarantee you right now, you are yet to buy your dad his Father's Day gift. And I'm telling you right now, do you know what your dad needs more than anything else? He needs better looking balls, a better looking cock. Your dad, just like you, wants to be sucked off. And your mum is not going to do that if he's got hairy, you know.
Help your dad get sucked off by your mum by going to... Is that what you're saying? Is that
Yeah.
the gist? By going to manscaped.com and getting the amazing Lawnmower 4.0.
The performance package 4.0.
Oh, the whole thing.
Get the performance package because you get some undies,
Ball
you get the crop
deodorant.
preserver, the ball deodorant. There's loads of stuff. You get the weed whacker for your nose and your ears.
Oh, yeah.
Let your dad be less hairy and let him get his balls drained this Father's Day. That's the best gift you can give him. You trim the pubes. If anything, it's more of a present for your ma. She's going to have to suck them off. So why don't you help her enjoy the experience more? And if you use the promo code WORD20, you get 20% off and free shipping worldwide.
Now, just to be clear, when you buy the Manscaped package, the total performance package, you don't have to actually shave your dad's pubes, do you?
No.
He does that.
He does that.
All right, because I don't want to lose
And
sales.
you don't have to suck them off. That's your mum's job
Right,
or his
great.
mistress, you know. People do cheat. Help your dad cheat on your mum.
Get
This Father's
20%
Day.
off and free shipping with the code WORD20 at manscaped.com.
Or just get it for yourself and get yourself sucked off.
Yeah, sort your balls out, mate. Come on. Oh, here we are. I've got to say thank you to TD Tom Davies, who make bespoke eyewear, for hooking me up with my new bins.
I was looking at those glasses
really
and I
like.
don't like them.
Yeah, I had an inkling that this is the route you'd go, but I really like them. If you want bespoke eyewear worn by, you know, famous people and this dickhead, go to
What was wrong with the other good ones that you had?
tdtomdavies.com. They were just cheap ones I got online from like one of them opticians online things where they just discount stock and they don't fit you properly. These are specially for my fat head.
What
You're
famous
like-
people?
They're very nice.
Yeah, name them.
I'm actually joking. They are nice. I like them.
Thanks very much. Ellery, who works for Tom Davies, sorted me out. He's a lid and he's just become a dad.
Former
And he
referee.
came and they bring out and they get all the fucking different glasses. You try on loads and then they fit them to your head. So if you want some fancy glasses, check out at TD Tom Davies.
Can you list some famous people that wear them?
Yeah, Marlon Brando famously wore them.
Rolf Harris.
Steve Claridge off the pitch, obviously.
On the Football League show.
And Rolf Harris did not wear them.
He's dead. Dead paedophile.
Yeah, he wore
He
Ray-Bans.
died about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. He
Steers 1-0 up in the dead pool.
Yeah. So Rolf's gone. I can't remember who mine are, but
That's this year's Christmas song.
Rolf's gone.
Rolf's gone.
Do you want me to go and have a look at
Touch
yours?
the fucking kid. Do.
Oh, yeah, how did you not go didgeridoo there?
Did you do?
Did you do?
Should we do some correspondence, Finn?
We shall. We've got some simple pleasures.
Oh,
We need a jingle.
pleasures.
Do the jingle.
We used to do top five.
Oh, is this an opportunity for Adam to sing something and then we get a jingle?
Are you on a simple?
simple pleasure? No. Is a bad one, that. Yeah.
What have we got? We've got a hip hop beat, a country beat. What do we need now?
R&B.
Oh, like an Usher.
Yeah.
Does it have to be singing?
No, because we've got that. We've got that one for the overrated, haven't we?
What?
We've got the overrated, underrated
country?
that didn't work. No,
Oh,
because we've got
yeah.
the
Is it overrated or underrated? We need a hip hop like R&B Usher.
No,
Ross?
American, not French. Lip up. Go on, ready?
There's a simple pleasure if I've ever one.
Cool. What I'll do. We don't need music for that.
No, we need.
You looked at me when I did the voice for Simple Pleasure. You were like, "Dan, that's disgusting." I'll do mine.
That's a simple damn pleasure if I ever heard one.
Simple pleasure.
Oh, mon chavi.
Simple pleasures.
simple
Is that a band?
pleasures make the people.
Come together.
Simple pleasure.
That's a good simple pleasure when you come at the same time.
I mean, that's a pretty
That's
complex
movie jizz,
pleasure.
that, isn't it?
It's not easy.
What?
It's a movie jizz.
I always come at the same time.
What films are you watching?
No, movie jizz when they're romantic. We both come at the same time. It's
Statistically, you always come at the same time as a woman. Like somewhere in the world, there is a woman coming when you come. It's
not any movie, that
just
though, is
because
it?
you haven't made your partner come.
It's 1 o'clock somewhere, Dan.
How many women called Barbara a jizzing right now worldwide?
Well, I'm here, so Carl's mad, isn't?
Ow!
Wow.
This guy, that's a
She's
zinger.
having a day off.
In what accent? A day off.
There's a simple pleasure. Barbara jizzed everywhere.
Yeah, right now, there's a gene with a dick up her ass.
Yeah.
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 Fact.
But like, yeah, you'd always come at the same time as women.
No, but the woman you're having sex with.
I don't think you can take credit for
impossible,
it.
Carl.
If they're in Warrington, you can't take credit for it.
I've said it's movie jizzing.
I've not finished. Well, someone else somewhere. Selfish. All about you, innit?
On your bike.
Well, now get a tissue.
Simple pleasures.
Go on.
Simple pleasures.
This is from Connor Simpson. All right, lids. One of my favourite simple pleasures is being in a good atmosphere in a takeaway after a night out. It's a proper vibe.
He's 12 years old.
Yeah. I haven't done that for so long.
I have to say, though, I've never clocked it as like, oh, this is a lovely, simple pleasure. But takeaways are fucking eggy, aren't they?
I
A
know
bad
what he
takeaway.
means from when I was younger. Like when we were like 19, if it was going off in the takeaway, everyone's having a
funny.
good time.
Yeah.
But now, if I'm in a takeaway and anyone is doing anything other than just silently waiting for their food,
Yeah.
it bothers me.
yeah.
It's like when they're doing Boss Man and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best one, I remember being in Mackey's. It must have been like 20 odd, Joe. Like when you collect your thing and they shout your number. He shouted like 15. I went bingo, and everyone laughed. I was like,
So a few months ago, I'd gone out and got a bit pissed, but I was still like conscious, right? And I'd got to the end of the night and I was like, I don't know why I've got pissed tonight. I just didn't need to get pissed. And tomorrow's going to be fucking it. I got myself wound up and just left, right? So I went to Mr. Kebab on Slater Street. And I just sat there like waiting for me food. And there was 3 lads, all Manx. Liverpool had beat United 7-0. It was that day. So I wasn't feeling very well. Because we won 7-0, I was like, I'm going out. Went out and was like, I'm going to be fucking violently ill tomorrow because I'm still not better. And I've now had 12 pints of Guinness.
You need a medical takeaway.
So I was just sat there. And these 3 lads, like one of them was like, you're that comedian lad, aren't you? But it wasn't like, hey. He was like, you're that comedian lad, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, I am, mate, yeah. And he goes, yeah, watch your videos, lad. Some good stuff. And I was like, I really appreciate that, lad. Nice one, thank you. I just tried to carry on eating. And then one of them just I could just tell he wanted an argument. And he was going, so where are you next gigging, lad? And I was like, oh, I don't know, lad. I'd have to check my diary. My phone's off. It's like, I've had a long day, lad. I'm just having me food. And he went, you're a miserable cunt for a comedian, like, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, lad, because I'm just tired and drunk and I feel a bit sick and I just wanted to have a kebab before bed. And he was like, right, lad, right. And then for the next, 10 minutes while I finished eating, and he just kept staring me out. And I was like, ugh, your team's lost 7-0. You've come to Anfield to watch it. You've had a bad day and you're just trying to cause murder now.
I hope you're listening, you big.
Just fucking shut up. I'm eating a kebab. As if anyone wants to talk with a mouthful of fucking doner meat.
Fact.
End of a night, takeaway banter. You've got to be so pissed to not be like,
He was being a gobshite, yeah.
That woman in Glasgow, I like you too much. There's a woman.
What?
There's a woman at the end of a night in Glasgow or in a takeaway.
How long ago?
2 years, maybe 2 years ago. She was fucking pissed. And I'd said maybe 3 words and she just locked on. I went, oh, I like you. I like you too much. I was like, what?
Why have you waited 2 years to tell us this?
There's nothing really happened apart from I just...
Did you fuck her?
Yeah, of course.
You sure she wasn't looking at a burger?
No, but Laura wouldn't mind that because I was in Scotland.
Different postcode.
Yeah. Different.
Are you sure she wasn't talking to her food?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I
fucking like you.
I like you too much.
And
That's
Dan's
why Slimming World has gone down the drain.
Do you think anyone's ever met their wife in a takeaway? Oh, they have, haven't they? End of the night.
Yeah.
I fucking
Yeah.
like you too much. Well, I'll fucking marry you.
You can fall in love anywhere.
Well, she did that night.
You can.
She did.
Right, this one's from Stephen Edmonds. That is the feeling of a stomachache leaving your body after a good fart.
Oh, do you know, there is something when you're like, oh, there's a mischief inside me. When you have a movement, whether it be just air or solid, when your body goes, yeah, that was sound, we just needed to get rid of that. That is nice.
I get that from a poo. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, if I go for a poo and I've got a bad tummy, I'm like, oh, it's gone, get in. But then 10 minutes later, it's back again. You're like, oh, shit, need the IV needle.
There's just something quite satisfying about your body going, Dan, don't worry about this. There's something gone wrong. It's your fault, but I'll deal with it. Oh, you got you. Sorry.
Doing a big boff's good.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, you're sticking with that. Cool. So this one's from Mason McConkey.
By the way, when you write funny names and just make it that, do you know what I mean? Yeah. When you want to make up a stupid name, just make
Finn, will you honour my pledge to read out any name? Great. So call yourself what you want.
Mason McConkey.
This is from Mason McConkey.
Phil McCracken. Is it actually his name? Scottish guy.
I feel like we've not mentioned this, but this is maybe the hack one, which is fresh sheets on bed.
Boring.
Yeah, but who put them there?
It's not a
If
simple
I put them there, it's not a simple pleasure.
I like coming home and someone's just done it.
Yeah, the butler.
You live on your own.
I know.
Someone's just broke in and done your bed.
Yeah, that's a good simple pleasure. That
Those
when
old-
you come in and all your belongings have been done, but just as like compensation, the burglar's gone. Do you know what? I'll make his bed. It just makes me day. Do you know what I mean?
I've nicked your jewellery, but I've made your bed.
All of Adam's jewellery. I've took your sovereign rings, lads.
Come on, I know we do it on pod that he doesn't wear jewellery.
Took
but
me 8 sovereign rings and me
Soon-
4 earrings and me
As soon as we
necklace.
turn the roadcaster off, he's like, right, chain back on. Papa, if you can hear me.
Jewelry makes me feel sick. Even on a woman.
Even if you fart it out.
I just don't like it.
Where's that from?
Which?
Did your mum wear jewellery?
Yeah, what's that come from?
I think my mum, she had a wedding ring. She wore earrings occasionally.
It's disgusting. What? Sorry, I was
You're
just like,
making me sick.
awful woman.
No, I just don't like jewelry.
My
at
mum
all.
wore a brooch.
You know when a man has a sovereign ring, I just lose all respect for him. I've got he could have
No shit.
like he could go. Oh, by the way, I was the fella who cured cancer. Just so you know, and I'd be like, yeah, but you've got that ring on, so who gives a fuck what you think?
If the guy who cures cancer wears sovereigns, I'm not sure we shouldn't keep cancer.
Yeah, don't worry about it. No one was looking at it like I was looking at it.
I just
take loads of paracetamol.
I don't want to upset anyone who wears them,
Dan's
but
got a
they're
ring
just
on.
not people.
Dan's got a ring on.
That's a wedding ring, though, isn't it?
He doesn't have to wear it, though.
He is married, though, isn't he?
Doesn't have to wear it, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
just to
women are
keep-
like? They'd be fucking screaming if you took it
Oh
off.
yeah. If I didn't wear this in Glasgow, I fucking really
Finn
like
wore
you.
his Nan's ring.
I've got a replacement for my nan's ring.
Have you?
She needs one of them as well.
It's just a different one. It's not a wedding ring.
I know a girl who needs a replacement for the ring.
Did you?
Your Nan.
What was it with
Yeah,
it?
I knew Finn's nan. What?
She lost it in the sea.
I lost it in the sea.
You lost it.
She didn't.
Finn's
lose it in
nan
the
was
sea.
lost at sea. A lot of people say we shouldn't have taken her to the Red Demar.
Da, da, da.
Oh God.
What was your nan's name?
We're not doing that. Are
Just
we?
make one up.
Okay.
Bernie.
Nancy.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Nancy.
Nancy.
Nancy Reagan.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so nice. to have
Nancy Coulevoos.
Nancy.
her.
In France, of course.
Was she a good swimmer? Anyway.
Just like French kids.
Hello, I'm Nancy.
So jewelry on a man, like proper, like chains, bling bling. No, can we have a separate distinction? You're saying jewelry on a lady. You're not into it.
I'm not.
It's not into men either.
Cool.
I'm not into it at all.
Piercings.
No, I don't like it.
What?
I don't like it.
Do you think they never pull it off? No one can pull it off.
No, it's not that they don't. It's not like a deal breaker because fucking everyone's up to it, aren't they? But like,
Jewelers are everywhere, lads.
Fucking hell. Do you work at Beaver Brooks? Calm down.
but like, like if a woman is in my eyes a 10 with any jewelry on, they're like at least a 9.5, 9.
There's no such thing as a jingly 10. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what it is.
Bobby George.
He would be a 10. Bobby George would be a 10. But he's,
he's
you
like
know, he's down to a 5, you know, because he's a greasy old cockney.
And he wears jewelry.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. All right. He was great. If you're going to do it Bobby George level.
Oh, I'm fucking taking a piss. Oh,
That's my Bobby George impression.
Idris Elba.
It's Elba,
Idris
isn't it?
Elba as well.
Bobby George.
Idris Elba's playing Bobby George in the film of his life.
Is he?
Yes.
Can you get Bobby George
He'll
up so we can
probably
see?
be casting him.
And
And
there's
James
been a debate
Corden will
online
be in it.
forever. There should have been. It's time for a black Bobby George.
Honestly.
Bobby George to be Bond.
oh fucking hell, look at that. Aaron. Ah.
Hashtag Bobby George for Bond. Is
George.
Bobby
George.
Is the telly on? It's not, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Can you see Bobby George?
No. You can see Barney the dinosaur.
Oh,
Oh, there he is.
He
Yeah,
won
look,
loads of jewelry,
look
didn't
at what the fuck is that?
Oh,
Looks like
he's
your nan's mate.
great. Was he?
I like his little pocket square.
Ooh, gone to pot. Oh, hello. Now, serious question. Was he some kind of gypsy?
He is. He's not dead.
Oh, is he not? Is he not dead?
No.
He looks like he might. Right.
You can get a cameo off him.
Oh, God. I want one so much.
Go and get one now. How much are they?
don't know.
A cameo from Bobby George going,
Hello, it's Idris Elba.
It's 50 quid.
oh, we're absolutely getting a Bobby George. Oh, 5 stars. He fucking delivers, does Bobby.
We want a bollock off.
Great video from Bobby. Cheers, pal. Be lucky.
Does
Play that Mother's Day one.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, God.
He's just
Someone's done
sat
a Bobby George saying,
I'm sorry to hear your mum's not well.
right.
in- I turn it off.
Well, we can't hear it, so that was everything you thought it would be.
We're going to give Bobby
Right.
George 50 quid.
100% we're getting Bobby George to do a cameo. I tell you what, the consistency on his content output is brilliant. Same place in the kitchen.
It's gonna have to be.
Same camera spot.
It's gonna have to be for one of us though, because a business is £500, whereas a personal one is.
Okay,
Finn,
that's
it's for you.
I'm sorry you lost your nana at sea. Oh, old Nancy fucking cupboard, love.
That is it. That
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that.
Please get it and play that instead of a song.
I'm sorry you lost your nan at sea.
Hello, I'm so sorry, Finjamin. You seem to have lost your nana at sea in Loretta.
Oh, Michael J.
fucking
Fox
Ma.
program.
Turn the fucking TV
I
off.
haven't got the
Turn it
remote.
off. It
I
just
haven't
does
got the remote.
adverts. I hate this TV. Just Apple TV. Go, tell you what you should be distracted by.
Hello, Bobby George. I hear you like to get fucking potted. Ooh,
No, we're getting it higher, Finn. Sorry you lost your nan at sea. Nancy.
yeah, hello, Finn, from all the
Hang on.
boys.
Did you call her Nancy because it's Nancy?
What an awful place to be lost.
Lost me Nancy at sea.
Nancy
Fucking
was
tongue twister.
I lost my nan and Nancy at sea.
That was
Your brain's
subconscious.
done that way.
That was a Potman's brain, isn't it? Lost me nan's ring at sea. We'll call her Nancy. Yeah.
Awful. Weighed down by her own jewellery.
Right.
Yeah, he's a 5.
We've got we've done
My
the
uncle was
simple-
killed by out-of-date pork. Graham.
Where did he die?
Thanks, Steve.
Oldham.
I was having such fun.
So we're gonna do a couple of questions. We're done with simple pleasures.
Are
So
we done
this-
with simple pleasures?
No, we're not. More simple pleasures.
Simple
What about
pleasures.
you? You
every
fucking
single one.
dickhead.
Every single one. You go, yeah, this is shit.
We've all
Finn,
done
shit.
Finn, welcome to my world.
Yeah, I know it's
Just
annoying, isn't it?
plow on.
All right, okay, fine.
Stupid.
This is
Fucking read the fucking thing out, Finn.
All right,
Jesus.
We're
better not
sad
be
about you.
shit.
Oh,
This is from Harry Furnival Doran. Watching a smug cunt
Fucking
try
hell.
and make a contactless payment with an Apple Watch, but it doesn't work.
yeah, I do enjoy it.
That's shite, that.
Yeah, I do enjoy it.
That was a bad one.
Yeah, I absolutely enjoy it.
Who in here owns an Apple Watch?
I do.
He pays on his, I don't.
I don't pay on mine.
I've seen you do it.
I
Brilliant.
did it like the first 3 days I had it and then realised how much of a cunt you look and stopped doing it.
It's not a simple pleasure if you're behind them in the queue, though. So it's a
What? Even if it fails?
next counter along, they're like, ow.
By the way, I nearly murdered a pensioner the other day.
Right, cool.
I went to buy a new kettle,
Right.
right? And it was...
No, you didn't.
Did you jizz on it? The
No,
old
you
one?
didn't. That was the lie you told someone.
Huh?
Where you going? Buy a new kettle.
He
on
loves
Sunday,
kettles on a woman as well.
on Sunday at 10 to 5.
To watch.
So the kettle had broke, and I wanted a cup of tea, and then I realised how late it was because I was like, I'm going to get up in the morning and go and get a kettle, and I didn't get up in the morning, so I didn't get the kettle. So at 10 to 5, I was like, fuck, John Lewis is open till 5. I'll run, I'll get a new kettle, and then that'll be that.
John Lewis kettle.
And there was an old woman in front of me who at 3 minutes to 5, and the woman behind the till had gone, just so you know, because I'd asked her where the kettles were, and she was like, you've got to be here before 5 because at 5 the till's shut off, there's nothing we can do. 3 minutes to 5, there is one man on the till, and there's an old woman in front of me trying to get a partial refund for an ironing board.
Partial.
Not the full refund.
So she used it, right? And she said it puts the little diamonds onto me clothes when I
Did you
use
put a
it.
towel down?
And she
Shouldn't
was
have
like,
to put a
and they were
towel
like, oh yeah, that can happen. Like it's this, that, and you might have the heat on too hot. She was like, well, I want a refund. And they were like, you've used it, you can't have a refund. She was like, well, I demand a partial refund. So they had to call a manager over to give it a partial refund of an ironing board at 3 minutes to 5 on a Sunday.
And they moved it to another till so you could get served.
Yeah.
Did she get to keep
Thank
the iron
fuck
board?
for that.
No.
Oh,
You leave the fucking diamonds on her face.
because that's a smart way to make money, innit? Buy iron boards and get partial refunds. So you mint
yeah,
it.
that's that.
I don't think you thought the economics of that through
Loads
100%.
of billionaires started out like that.
Oh my
getting
God, Jay
partial
Fox,
refund.
new program come out?
Did you get
Still
the
not off. Has that worked?
No, it's still on.
Has it worked?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. This is from.
Is this a simple pleasure?
It is.
Better be.
This is from Carl Wilkinson.
Good name, lad. C-O-K.
See.
Good lad.
The first sip of your first pint during noonies in the beer garden. I didn't know what noonies was. I think it means afternoon drinking, does it?
New.
Delete
You know what?
the email
Can we
now.
can we all agree as a team, as a podcast team, as businessmen, as friends, that we don't engage with anyone who uses the word noonies?
No.
Carl,
Can
you
we just put a
you can
VAR on that?
Try that again. But if you ever engage in noonies,
Someone said, can you stop saying Mackie D's as well?
Yeah.
Someone commented though.
I've just Googled noonie.
why?
and
Talk me through that.
Okay.
They just don't like you.
You're the only person I've ever heard say it like, get on fucking Mackie D's, mate.
Right.
Someone commented saying, can Dan stop saying Mackie D's?
Yeah.
Nope.
It's Mickey Duck Ducks.
It's Mickey Duck Dogs.
It's Mickey Duck Ducks.
Yours, Dan?
McDoodle, why don't you go and fuck yourself?
Oh,
Wait,
God.
what do you want
Arnold's.
for tea tonight, Adam? I want a Mickey Duck Ducks.
Mackie D's is international, mate.
Mackie's is.
Mackey's.
Mackie D's.
You're having the D on for no
Is
reason.
it bugging you? I'm going to do it more.
Like if I said
I don't
to you,
even
let's go to
particularly
Mackie's. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
the D's on.
Yeah. Mackie D's. Kiss my ass.
Someone commented it. Calm down.
I'm not into it.
Just passing it on.
You also said
Mackie.
stop wearing that.
It bothers me as well.
No.
You also said
My
stop
big,
podcasting.
stupid.
We've had some of them, man, all of us.
I'm still going
This
to...
whole podcast is ruined by Finn. He is ruining it by just sitting there saying nothing. He needs to be loud.
What, you mean-
Carl ruins it with
Just
his jokes.
just
I don't
replace the
come for
names.
jokes.
Replace the names and we've all had the same. This would be great if X didn't exist.
I'm never going to stop potty seeing. Never.
If you ever say that again, I will stop.
Body seeing. Mackie D's does do my head in.
It does my head in as well. I've never mentioned it, but every time you say it, I do go, oh, I hope he dies. Like every time. But like I don't mention it because
I'm going to do it wearing a chain next time. Mackie D's.
I'm going for a Mickey Duck straight after this, mate.
Mickey Duck Duck.
Mucky Dons.
Mickey Duck.
It's just Mackie's, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Mackie's.
I'd rather say
Everything in Liverpool is right all the time.
I'd rather say McDonald's.
Everything that we say is right. No one else anywhere is ever saying anything right.
I'd rather you say we're going for a McDonald's Restaurants Limited.
Would have actually name the business now and get the VAT number. Yeah, so that's Mackie D's, and that will continue to be.
So do we think that the first afternoon beer garden pint is
Noonies.
underrated?
I'm not
On Noonies.
engaging with someone who says Noonies.
I hope he breaks his leg today.
So I googled.
Are we doing
Noonies.
Saturday, lad? Oh, I'm going for a few Noonies with the boys.
I
It
Googled-
sounds like they're going paedophiling.
I googled noonie and it just says testicles.
So read it out with that being in mind. Change Noonies for testicles and read it out again. Go on.
Okay. The first sip of your first pint during testicles in the beer garden.
Yeah, that sound. Yeah, I'm into it. That is a simple pleasure.
No, I'm not engaging with someone who says Noonies.
What it
and
means
isn't
is
messing.
afternoon drinking, first pint. And that's a good one. But you said Noonies, so we hope you fall down the stairs.
The Kristen I'm going to on Sunday, I'm so excited for that first lager top.
On your Noonies.
Right,
And
we're
they're
done, with
getting Mickey Duck Ducks to do the catering.
Nah, go Mackie D's.
we done with simple pleasures.
No.
No, keep them coming.
Dave,
Only
the
like
last two
two left.
have been bad as well.
Right, okay.
This
It's on
your
you
last
to
chance.
find a good one, Finn.
Managing to get a good night's sleep the night before something exciting. I'm reading what we have.
Who's ever managed that?
No, it's impossible.
No, it's
Something
always
exciting the
worse
next day, and
sleep,
you're like,
innit?
oh, yes, just
No,
going to
it is.
snuggle in here. Alarm's on. Going to get a good 8.4 hours. Good night.
Oh, 0.4.
0.4 of an hour. How long is that?
24 minutes.
Hey, mathematician.
Oh. Yeah, it's great.
I've never
Doesn't
done
happen
it.
much though, does it?
I've never done it, ever.
Doesn't happen.
If you go on holiday the next day, if you're leaving at 4 a.m, I used to go to sleep at 1 a.m. Who goes to bed at 9 o'clock for anything? Dan.
Aye. When you're
Old people.
when you're full of Mackie D's, you just need to get your head down.
When
don't
you've
you?
gorged yourself on a Mickey Duck Ducks platter.
Have a Mackie D's and then get to Betty Bowes, you know?
Platter.
A platter. Mixed.
This is from Drew Peacock.
Go on.
Megan someone after calling it.
Yeah,
That's quite good, actually.
it's as good as it gets.
Right, we're done with simple pleasures. Cool.
No.
Oh, Finn's annoyed.
Finn, we want you to make
Why
them
are you
up
in a
now.
mood, Finn?
Want me
Finn
to make
makes
them up?
Yeah. Getting the prep
Have you ever
right.
megged two people back to back
Oh,
in a game of five-a-side?
I've done it. I've done it. I remember this. You know, you remember the certain things you've done in footy so clearly.
Yeah.
We were doing a rondo in training, and it was two people in the middle. I double megged them,
That's not as
and
good.
everyone lost their shit.
No, but like during a game.
Megging someone and then moving the ball and megging the next person, you are an absolute god for 5 seconds.
That's the best feeling I've
double
ever
meg?
had.
No, a double meg's a luck. It's lucky.
Call
you.
it Dubby Mum.
Like an intentional meg and then megs again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. If you get the third one, leave.
for Megan Trainer. What's Rondo?
what's a rondo?
Piggy in the middle with a football.
Not on what's a rondo with you.
Wow, wow, woo.
He's in a mood.
Have you ever played up, lad?
Yeah.
What's up, lad?
He's talking to you.
Next one.
Right, this is a question from Capel Pow.
Oh, who?
By the way, can
we have
just
his own jingle?
I think Dan's a little stressed at the minute. Can we tell them what we did at lunchtime at Wagamama's with the dog?
Oh, yeah.
So whenever we go
not
out for
that.
lunch in Liverpool, because Wallace is here, is it not that? No, something else building here. So we when we go out for lunch with Wallace,
It's the Mackie D's comment, you know.
when we go out for lunch with Wallace, we always have to find somewhere dog friendly. So today we were like, we'll just go to Wagamama's because it's quite nice weather and he can just sit outside with us. The woman came out to take our order and it was freezing. And I said, are we allowed in with dogs? And she said, only guide dogs. So I told her with a straight face, Wallace is a guide dog. And Carl then...
I said, who said that?
yeah, Carl pretended to be blind for the entire meal.
Best bit being when the woman asked her which peppers Carl wanted. He took his sunglasses off and went, number 33. Put them back on, which was beautiful.
It doesn't have to be 100% blind to have a guide dog. Also, who's to say any of us are blind? Guide dogs are not limited to blind people, are they? You can buy a guide dog and just have it take you anywhere. Do you know
Is
what I
that a
mean?
guide dog? Yeah, I got it from the guide dog shop.
It's a guide dog.
Decommissioned.
I could just tell the dog, hey, I want to go to Woolworths. Take me to Woolworths.
Time machine.
Try that with every dog.
Just a decommissioned guide dog.
Like the dog that I used to have knew where the park was.
Yeah. So
if I said to Minnie, I'd be like, Minnie, do you want to go to the park? She'd be like, yeah.
I'm a guide dog. Let's go.
Yeah.
So it's only useful as a guide dog if the blind person just wants to go to the park.
But like, what else?
Where else are they going? We've said this before.
Yeah.
Where are they going?
Also, like, you can teach dogs different places, can't you?
Not Wagamamas. They were like, hey.
Dogs love wagger tails.
Oh, God.
I think this podcast would be better without Carl.
Is it you?
Yeah, it's me.
Finn trying to get himself a little promotion there.
Right, this is
Waggy M's. Go on.
this is from Cabell Powell.
That's what's done its end. And you know, it's the Mackie Deans thing.
I'm fuming. Look at me.
What's happening, Lids? You each have to take one feature from each of the other Have a Word team.
Adam's dick.
What features are you taking? Can be physical
Where are you
or
taking it?
personality.
What?
Where are you taking it?
I just want that power. Like Gandalf with his staff.
Dog.
He was blind. It was a guide dog.
Guide staff.
Fucking staffy. That's why you never see Gandalf in Wagamamas.
That's a good album name, that.
It's the worst joke of all time. Hey, got a joke for you. Why didn't you ever see Gandalf in Wagamamas? Because he's got a staff.
Dogs aren't allowed. Oh, wow. Where's that Dave award, mate? You've lost it.
What was the question? We've got to take a feature from each of you or just from one of you?
Each, and it can be physical or personality.
I don't want any of your personality. You should all do me ever.
Finn, I'm taking your height.
I'm like
That
an
means I'm
inch
taking-
taller than you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd
right.
take Finn's height, I suppose, yeah. There's nothing else about him.
I'd take your height.
Okay.
You are more than just your height, by the way. Actually, is Matthew taller than you?
I don't know. I don't think so. Are we the same height?
I'd take Carl's ass, Finn's hair, and Adam's absolutely unfaltering belief that he's right nearly all the time. And I think my life would be better.
I think you don't give me enough credit for how much I'm not like that.
I don't give you any credit.
I'd take Finn's height, I would take Carl's ass, and I would take Dan's glasses just so
Am
he
I
can't
just
see.
a fucking ass to use?
Yeah. Great one-liners. What, you mean these glasses from TD Tom Davies?
Yeah. I'd take them.
Then I'd take your wit.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right, felt like a digger was coming.
It wasn't.
It didn't.
I'd just take off me.
What would I take off you?
Me legs.
Take your legs off you. It's damn lad. Probably
Hang on.
self-belief.
Hang on. Do you get to keep? Did the person get to keep the feature? You don't steal it from them.
Everyone's got a piece of my ass.
I think you can like replicate it. You can clone it, so it's now yours as well.
All right, yeah. You can't actually take
No,
Carl's arse, so
you
he's
can't,
arseless.
Like,
Oh, that'd be awful.
Yeah.
Like the last day.
You know, it's one of them. I'd take your self-belief.
Okay.
And that's not what Dan's saying. Dan's taking your, like, stubbornness, I think.
I'm not stubborn. I'm the least stubborn person in this room, and it does me head in that you're all wrong.
He isn't even doing a bit.
I'm not doing a bit. When you can show me that something I've said is wrong, then I will go, fair enough. Give me one example of a time that hasn't happened.
Show me. Print it out. Have you got a document? Otherwise, I do not recognise it. And even if you print it out, I'm like, you're a fucking dick.
Give me one example. Give me one.
We can't. So
Exactly.
I'm not saying stubbornness he is.
Exactly.
Hang on.
You're wrong.
You're putting
You're
words
sound,
in my mouth. I didn't say stubbornness.
Put my ass in your mouth.
Yeah, it's a good question, that.
What are you taking off Adam? Finn?
am I taking off Adam?
Me raw sexual magnetism.
Give him credit where credit's due.
I can't believe I'm just
We're
an
very
ass.
pleased with ourselves today, aren't we? Like, oh, you guys.
Yeah, probably is what you said, like self-belief.
What are you taking off, Dan?
Dan's personability. I think
You
Dan's
have
gotta be a
great
person.
with people. Like
That's what I always say.
You remember
Say what you
little
like about Dan. He's a fucking person.
Say what you like about him. He's a person.
Adam's mastery of the English language. You're taking personability. He is a person. You are as well. It's a shite ability.
Affable. He means you're affable.
No,
Yeah.
is personability not a word?
Affable's a better word.
Okay. No, I mean like he remembers little details about people.
Attentiveness.
Yeah. Like when you've met my family before, the next time you'll ask them a very personal question.
Attentiveness.
that's
You can
very-
have my dick.
Yeah, he done that. He done that with your mum. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
but I'm
He's like,
trying
what's
to-
your
That
bar
was too
size?
far.
I'm trying to.
Hello, 36 double F. How we getting
I
on,
remember
girl?
that you like Poirot. How big are your tits?
Poirot size. I am trying to fuck a lot of your family, though.
We actually
So-
love your mum.
That's fine.
That's a really personal question. Such weird word.
How big are your tits?
Carl, I'll take your attitude to life.
Thank you.
He's pretty
Better than me ass.
carefree. I feel like Carl, when something goes wrong, he's just like, yeah, and.
Oh, no. If we're doing it seriously, I'd like Carl's self-control. He's got a real discipline for things that I would love to have more of.
No, he hasn't.
Like what?
Yes, he has.
Name something.
Getting smashed with all you lot is just very sensible at going, I'm done.
He's
got a really
he's good with alcohol.
And
but
on that
that does
dieting
not
thing-
transfer to one other thing.
On that dieting thing, we were all fucking scranning, and he was like, cool, I've got my little thing. That's so hard to do. That is good discipline.
That wasn't during the Whoop Challenge. That was when he started Slimming World.
Why are you trying to fucking hate on me, you?
I'm just saying.
I'd take
he's-
Adam's hateability away and put it in the bin.
Do you think you're disciplined in any way, shape, or
Just been
form?
told I am. You know what I mean? I'm just one.
Other than alcohol.
My
And the only
alcohol
reason
life-
he's capable of that discipline is he hates feeling not in control of the situation.
Well, some
That's
variation of that.
self-control, then, isn't it?
With alcohol. You are very self-controlled with
I'm
alcohol.
the same
I'll
with
give you that.
women.
Yeah.
I control myself around women. Kids. Self-control. I don't
They
start-
all want to fuck him, and he doesn't, to be fair.
when I'm playing dominoes, and I play by the rules.
Yeah, that's what I meant as well. Love how Adam could not let you have that one. No, he's not.
Because he isn't. I am offended on Carl's behalf.
I'm not offended, Dan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dan, I'd take your lovely eyes.
They're mine.
Well, this has been a nice little bit of self-exploration, hasn't it?
I'd take the little freckle on the side of your bollock as well. That's lovely. It's a lovely feature.
That's
I'd take Dan's ability to not care about the fact everyone's talking about him behind his back.
I'll live with it
What's the
because of all
ability?
that personability.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Dan has had to skive off because he's got a wife and kids, but I'm here to tell you about my absolute favourite sponsor of this podcast, NordVPN. If you don't know what a VPN is by now, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under. It's a virtual private network. It's basically a way to up your internet security whilst also changing the game. You can set your laptop or computer to pretend it's in any country in the world. This gives you so many benefits. For example, if there's a film on like the Armenian Netflix, but it's not on the UK one, tell your computer you're in Armenia. It'll log into Armenian Netflix when you sign into Netflix, and you can watch the film using that. Not only that, but you can watch sport that isn't broadcast in whatever country you're in. For example, if you're a fan of the English Premier League, the football, the soccers, you can't watch the 3 o'clock games, can you? But if you're in America, you can. So set your VPN to America and watch the 3 o'clock games using an American subscription. That's how you do this. Now, if you go to nordvpn.com/haveaword, you get a big bonus from them, okay? You might have seen NordVPN doing offers elsewhere where you'll get 3 months extra free when you sign up for 2 years. If you use our code, if you use our specific URL, nordvpn.com/haveaword, 4 months free when you sign up for 2 years. And that's with all 3 of their packages, standard all the way up to their ultra premium one. You get the bonus month when you sign up for 2 years. Do it now. Up your internet security and up your internet content game, okay? Get back to the episode. I know you're enjoying it, but sign up. Support our sponsors. They support us. Also, NordVPN's the best VPN on the planet. It's my one. How are we? Welcome back to part 3 of this week's Have a Word podcast episode.
You changed clothes, Adam?
What?
You changed clothes?
I have, yeah, because we recorded the first 2 sections 3 days ago, Carl.
We did, yeah.
We are not able to remember what we were wearing. Jack Whitehall!
Am I in part 3?
Yeah.
Are you going to edit me into the first 2
No,
parts?
Yeah,
no.
we are, yeah.
What?
So we've got AI, that's how much.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we've made
Here's
advances.
the thing, we get people like you in, Jack, with
Yeah.
a big profile to boost the views of the podcast.
The third part.
Yeah. But the first 2, we like to show your fans how funny we are without you as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and what ends up happening is I guarantee there'll be comments on this episode from people who love you and want to listen to you. And they'll be like, did Jack just sit there for an hour before they asked him a fucking question? People think we bring people in and tell them to sit there and shut the fuck up for a full hour and then start interviewing them. When the first 75 episodes of this show, we didn't have a guest on.
Yeah.
And then when we said we were going to start getting guests on, people were like, that's going to ruin the dynamic.
Yeah.
And, you know, with some guests, they're right, because some people come in and they're boring as fuck. I don't think that's going to be it. I've got a good feeling about this.
And to be fair, like I've just come from an interview this morning. I was doing BBC Breakfast and I was sat on the sofa, and you often get this with those types of shows where there's lots of different segments and you never know what you're going to follow. I genuinely had to follow a piece on the reopening of the investigation into the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. And they went directly from that to me talking about my tour. And I was like, that is unfollowable.
Are you playing Portugal?
I knew that this would be the podcast that I would say something that would destroy my career and reputation. And I wasn't expecting it to be within the first 2 minutes. But it's the third part.
It is the
That's
third
hour
part.
and 2 minutes.
Yeah. Your fans have long given up. They don't even think you're on. They think you're just in the thumbnail for a laugh. Well, we haven't discussed that in the first half. Just
No.
so you know, we didn't go near the disappearance of Madeleine McCann.
No.
Mainly because I've got 15 minutes on it in my new show. So
Yeah, you don't wanna
there's a blanket ban
burn that.
on Madeleine McCann chat on the show.
One of the other segues that I always remember was watching the One Show. And it was Chris Evans was hosting, and he was interviewing Brian May, and Brian May was on to talk about badgers or whatever, and Chris Evans really wanted to talk about Freddie Mercury dying of AIDS, and like kept pressing Brian May to give him an answer about like how he felt, and with the benefit of hindsight, like whether he had some observations about how difficult that time was, and Brian May did not want to talk about it, and it was so awkward, and he pressed him, like asked 3 questions, which he just completely straight batted, and then Chris Evans had to go straight into a section which was Giles Brandreth talking about the history of the frozen pea. It's like peak One Show moment.
Oh, I'd love to see the meme of him going, can we get back to badgers? I really want to get this back to badgers.
It's so awkward. It's just like, you know you're about to have to start talking about peas as well, so just like drop it.
So, Brian, what did it feel like when Freddie Mercury died of AIDS? How did you feel? How did your family feel? How did his family feel? Were the friends like, yeah, we were all sad, but my favourite badger, Chris, is this one, the long-tailed badger. Yeah, I'm sure that is. What was Freddie?
Long-tailed badger.
I bet you that's real.
I bet you that's a real badger.
That's a real badger.
Yeah.
Finn, Google the
Oh,
long-tailed.
not.
Long
How
tail.
have we managed to Google? How have we gone from Madeleine McCann to Googling badger tails?
Because we've got Freddie Mercury in the way, and that's how you get there, isn't it? That's the logical.
there is no long-tailed badger.
No,
Jack?
there's not.
There's not a long tail.
There's long-tailed weasels, which it says are a cousin.
You always get them mixed up.
I do, yeah. Sorry.
Have they named a badger after Brian May?
Again? What?
Have they named a badger after Brian May, after all he's done for the community?
Is he a real badger guy?
Yeah, he's like a massive badger guy.
You think there's a Brian May badger?
Yeah,
He
like
did
putting
he did
Brian
a
May
song.
badgers together.
He did a song called "Save the
Save
Badger,
the
Badger, Badger."
yeah. Because whenever there's a badger call, Brian May comes out swinging for the badgers. Did you not know that?
He comes out swinging for the badgers,
Yeah,
but on the
he's-
front line.
Yeah, he's on the
The
front
farmers
line.
are there trying to kill them all, and Brian May's just like, I fucking have you.
He's the queen of the badgers.
Yeah.
Hey!
What are you doing? That was great.
I can't wait to see Badger Aid. That's going to be really fun.
Badger ain't.
There's no S on the end of that, wasn't
No,
there?
no, no, no.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God.
I sat behind him on a plane recently, and then I had that
Freddie
awful
Mercury?
moment. Yeah, no, not Brian May.
Oh, right, okay.
Brian May, and obviously I knew it was him on the plane because he's quite distinctive from behind.
Yeah, it's either him or Cher, isn't it?
And I couldn't help but think we were going through like turbulence, and I was like, if this plane goes down, like it's the worst time to die with him on the same flight because he's going to get all of the coverage in the news. Like, I'm not even going to make like page 6. It's going to be 5
It's going to be a
solid
full article about
pages.
Brian May dying in a car crash. Oh, and he was sat in front of Jack Whitehall. But at least you'd still be there. You know what I mean? You'd still be on. You'd still be listed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I maybe wouldn't get in like in the Badger Monthly. It would probably be all Brian May, and I wouldn't be featuring in that one at
A
all.
non-ally, Jack Whitehall was there.
His folk hate badgers.
Awful.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Famously.
You give up certainly to the uninitiated. If someone had to guess what your opinion was on hunting, I think they're going to vote that you're into it.
I'm not. But
I'm not saying you are.
No,
I'm saying
not.
I would understand if someone was like Jack Whitehall looks like he likes hunting.
Do they own badges?
What?
Do they own badges? I thought they owned.
Well, there's a badger cull, isn't there? Because
Yeah, but
badgers
they're
little
not
Yeah,
colours.
they do that with
I don't think
machine
it's for
guns, though.
sport. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not for
badgers is
sport.
machine guns.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
I only use machine guns for badgers.
Yeah, they just fucking they just wipe them. It's not like, oh, I caught this. There's no sport to it. It's just there was 100 badgers in my yard and now they're gone.
Okay.
To blame me. So
That's less of a cull, more of a very sort of specific badger problem in one garden.
Depends how big your garden is now.
Yeah, true.
They call North Wales God's backyard.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah.
They do now.
is Rill in North Wales?
Yeah.
So Rill's in God's garden.
It is.
Yeah, but that's like the bit in the corner that he's waiting to be scrapped.
That's
You
the
know what I mean?
outhouse, innit?
He's got like,
Yeah.
like Machu Picchu, but he's gone for Rill.
Yeah. That's not
I mean, it's people from North Wales who say that.
Right.
There's no one in Argentina going like, "Oh, God's backyard." Yeah, that's
One day I wish to visit Llandudno.
Cracking Wales
Parts of
accent.
North Wales that are beautiful. It's only the towns that are festering shitholes full of horrible people.
Hey,
Anglesey.
Hey, come on. Watch it.
Anglesea's nice.
Anglesey, the bit that looks like it's trying to get away from Wales.
Yeah,
That's a lovely
yeah,
spot.
that's just slowly trying to become Irish. Yeah. I like Bala Lake's good, and the surrounding areas of Bala Lake,
Yeah.
beautiful. But
Yeah.
come on, you can't defend Rill. I know you're from there, but
I can defend it as in like it's very British. It's a seaside town and it's perfect for what it is. But yeah, it's not.
what is it for? It's perfect for what? What is it
retirees.
perfect at?
Not retirees. It's more.
People on the run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Retirees on the run.
yeah.
We're trying to get Finn out of Rill, but he won't leave.
It's a cost of living crisis, Dan. It's expensive.
We've offered
Real's
to
cheap.
subsidise you getting a flat in Liverpool.
You live with your mum. That's
I
where
know.
shit cost of living. She's
So,
charging
yeah,
me 25
she's
quid a
cheap.
week.
It's
Is
cheap.
real like sort of Marbella was in the 1980s?
Yes.
Just full of loads of.
Apparently.
Yeah.
You're
Is it?
picturing the
Tales-
exact. Yeah, you've got the picture right in your head.
Have
Yeah.
you
had
seen
the,
the business with Danny Dyer?
Yeah.
It's basically that. Yeah.
We had the first wave pool in Europe in the Sun Centre.
That's the lamest flex ever.
I've got some more real flexes. Lisa Scott Lee from Step. She's from Real.
Okay,
We're back.
cool.
We're
Keep
back.
going.
Did she open the wave? Is that how you know that?
Well, they had to shut the Sun Centre a few years ago due to some dodgy behaviour from men. But they've opened the sequel down the road. The Sun Centre 2 has been opened down the road.
Okay, I've got a few questions if you don't
Yeah.
mind. Dodgy behaviour from men. Are you talking about like men being a bit
Yeah, in the changing rooms.
in the changing rooms?
Yeah.
Right.
What
okay.
did you think you meant? Like white collar fraud or something? It was the
I'm just
bankers.
fucking checking before we carry on. So what have they done to
Were
prevent
they
that?
tickling the books or asses?
God, there's got to be a lot of nonsense going on to actually have to move location.
Yeah,
was
there
that
was
the
a few.
whole?
There was a few court cases.
Right.
Yeah.
Do these men not know where the new
A
one is?
few as
No,
well.
they know where the new one is. They've just put the price up, so it's like 18 quid now. They've just
Okay.
priced them out of it.
So here's my question.
Hello.
Right. So there was a problem with men being bad, gropey
Yeah, yeah.
in the Sun Centre.
Yeah.
And they've gone, right, fucking shut this down.
Yeah.
This can't go on.
Yeah.
They've moved it 100 yards down the road.
Yeah.
Right. And all they've done different is put the prices up. So my question is, why didn't they just put the prices up and not move?
Oh.
It's a good question. I think it was the peepholes in the changing rooms that was the issue.
Yeah, it was in the walls.
So
Yeah.
it was cheaper to build
knock
a
it
new
down
Sun
and build a
Centre
new one.
than to get some poly filler.
Yep.
God's backyard, innit? You know? God's backyard. Famously. You playing real on tour? No? Okay, good.
Are you not doing real?
No, I'm not doing real.
You are. You're doing
Are you
really
doing real?
I'm doing real. I'm doing the real pavilion.
Yeah. It's where you had your 40th birthday.
It is when I have my 40th birthday. For context, Jack, I am 31 years old, but I've already celebrated my 40th because we went on a night out in Rill. We went to the theatre for dinner, not to watch a show.
Oh.
We went to the theatre for dinner because it's the best restaurant in Rill. And they had told the staff in advance that we were there to celebrate my 40th birthday. So they got me a cake, they got me 4-0 balloons, and I've already had my 40th in a theatre in Rill.
By the way, we do this everywhere we go as a group. Someone will ring ahead, usually him.
Yeah.
And the last time we did it, he rang ahead and went, "It's Dan's birthday." And it fucking was. He'd forgotten it was my birthday and just by chance did the banter and everyone was like, "Oh, it's your birthday." I was like, "It is." And he went, "Oh, fucking is." Beautiful moment.
We also told the people that, because he doesn't look 40, that he's got some kind of Benjamin Button disease and it's just his last birthday. And like they treated him accordingly.
I think I could pass for 40 though.
No.
I reckon.
No.
Yeah.
Not in real.
You're a 10 in real.
I am a 10 in Rill.
Yeah.
And a 9.4 here. What are we all laughing at?
In this room.
In Liverpool?
I think you should think about Real for your next tour.
I think I've only played Llandudno in North Wales.
For Silky back in the day.
No, I did a touring show there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
In the
that's
venue
all right.
Cymru?
In the venue, yes, exactly. The venue Cymru. And that's, I think, the only time I've ever played North Wales. I was hoping Ryan Reynolds might slide
Oh,
into
he's
my
all
DMs
around it
and
now,
ask
yeah.
if I can do is it the racecourse ground?
Yeah.
They're doing lots of concerts there, but no.
Everyone round Chester's like, "Oh, it's Ryan Reynolds." I think people are seeing Ryan Reynolds where he's like, everyone just assumes he's in the area now because he's in Wrexham all the time.
Yeah.
So he's in Chester. Oh yeah, Llandudno.
That's the problem with playing Wales now. Is like back in the day when I used to go to Wales, I think they were genuinely appreciative that I'd pitched up to do a show there, and now they've got Ryan Reynolds and the Greg's the Baker and Beyonce playing the Principality Stadium. It's like, I don't give a shit about me.
and Brian May on your flight.
I think you put that list in the wrong order there, you know. You've got Ryan Reynolds, Greg's the Baker, and then Beyonce. You've got to work on ordering these lists, Jack. Do you know what I mean?
That's the list. That's the order I'd do it in.
Really?
Yeah, you have a Greg's in between seeing Ryan Reynolds and Beyonce.
I mean, yeah, cool. Good call. Thank you. Thank you.
When did this tour start, Jack? When did you get going?
I kind of started doing it before Christmas. I was doing some like warm-up shows, and then I did a month in America in February, and then it kicked off in the UK last week. And my missus got pregnant in January.
Congratulations.
So I was then away for the whole of the first trimester in America.
Nicely
which was
dodged.
very tense. And then I came back, and I'm about to go away on tour for the.
When does the tour end?
It ends on the 16th of July.
Oh, okay. So by the time the baby's here, you're done.
Yeah.
Special will be taped.
You better be.
You'll be done.
Yeah, I'm done.
We want to extend the tour. No, you fucking not.
No, but that's what every comedian that I've said that's the timing of it. They'll go, "Oh, you're going to regret that." Yeah, you want to get that tour in like when the baby's 6 months old and you're just desperate to leave the house. And I will have done.
Is it your first
all of
baby?
it. Yeah, first baby.
You excited?
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. I mean, quite terrifying. I don't feel like I'm fully engaged with it yet. And I'm like, the minute the baby arrives, I'm suddenly going to miraculously turn into a like fully fledged adult. But I don't know.
A grown up.
A grown up.
Isn't that what happens though? You're a dad. I got told.
Oh yeah, I'm so adult. Yeah.
No, but you have to be. So it just happens, doesn't it?
You're a good dad, though. You know what you're doing.
I'm a good dad, but I'm not good at all dad stuff.
You don't learn how to be it. You have to be it, so you become it.
Yeah, you just fuck it up. But as long as you're trying, you can't. You don't know.
I'm going to be using that excuse quite a lot. I think.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
You've got
Sat
to
there on the
just try.
PlayStation. I'm trying. I'm just really bad at it.
Yeah, I don't know any of the other stuff. I just
What other stuff?
well, like you think when you become a dad, you'll get good at dad stuff, like fixing things.
Yeah.
And if anything, I've regressed because Laura's just my wife's just become
He
that
doesn't
guy.
need to know how to fix things. He's a fucking multi-millionaire. Pay some cunt to come and fix it for you.
I know, but there's still a pride about that.
You do that.
There's still a pride about that.
You've got a gardener.
Oh, there is.
You've got a gardener.
Yeah, I've got a gardener to just do a bit of weeding and whatnot, but I still do a lot of the garden. But I thought you just get to an age where you're a dad and you're like, Mark,
You
I can
suddenly
fix
know
stuff
how
now.
to put up a shelf.
No,
No.
I think I might have tried a few years ago, but now,
I don't hang my own photographs.
right?
I couldn't put a shelf up.
It's just a nail
Can
in
you
a
put
wall.
a shelf up?
I would not be able to put a shelf up.
No. Why would you want to be able to put a shelf up? The hours you've got to spend learning how to put a shelf up, and then the hour putting the shelf up.
Yeah, and then
It's
that's
a waste of time, isn't it?
and
When
that's
it's
a-
someone's job, I am supporting the economy by
There
paying
you
someone
go.
to put the shelf up.
Here he is.
Job creation. Yeah.
Jobs.
I really do want to learn to drive now. I feel like that is something that I need to get on with. I can't drive. And now it's something I've put off for so long, and I do now feel genuine anxiety that I can't drive, and I'm about to have a baby, and I feel like that would be quite useful to be able to do.
I think the one thing you can't do is have the baby learn to drive for you.
Oh, God. Yeah,
That's
would be
too much.
Oh, yeah.
pretty
I don't know how quick you can get that done, but I don't think you want to take your baby home for the first time in an Uber.
No.
You can't have P
It's
plates
not
on your
great.
cars either. Taking your baby home.
No, I know. It's just like, it's mental that I don't know how to drive, because as a comedian, it's like, it's such a vital part of it when you're starting out. I think, like, if you could drive, you could get so many more gigs. And I never learnt then. I had my mum that used to take me to shows, like genuinely on the back of her scooter. She had a pink Vespa, and she used to drive me around London and drop me off at gigs. And I'd get off the back, like straddling her, and there'd be all the other comics in the green room looking out the window going, what the fuck is that? And she'd be like, oh, bye, Jack. Let me know what time you want me to come back and pick you up. And I'd walk in there, and it was so humiliating. And like, if that didn't make me want to learn to drive, like, what chance do I have? Like, that was all of the, like,
I want to see your mum driving you and the baby, and the baby's in a papoose home from the hospital. You've got the baby on here or on the back. You know, have you seen the new backpack babies? Because it used to be like a papoose, didn't it? So the baby's like looking at you there, and like you've got your baby, or like the baby looking out. There's papooses now for your back, where the baby's just looking out, and that's such an unnatural thing for the child, because you're walking that way and the baby's coming this way, so the baby's just constantly like a reverse and dump truck.
Yeah, particularly on a Vespa as well. That will fuck them up.
Like going backwards on a train. Just fucks your head up.
Going backwards on a fucking Vespa.
Isn't that dangerous though? Have it on the
It
back.
is, yeah, to have a baby on a Vespa. It's dangerous, fact.
Having a baby on
put
your
them in
back.
one of those like Deliveroo boxes on the back.
Keep them warm.
On top of the chips.
So have you never had lessons?
I had two lessons in between the lockdowns, and I was, making a little bit of forward progress, and then there was another lockdown. I was like, nah, well, I think that's a sign from God. I should not drive, and then just never got back to it. I did, did 2 lessons in it. And my dad tried to teach me once. That was a fucking disaster. He was just such a like miserable git, and just in my ear for that, which I know is kind of what you're meant to do if you're instructing someone, but I just couldn't hear it from him, and it really put me off. And so I did 1 lesson with him, and then didn't do another lesson for like 5 years, and then did 2, and then I've stopped. And so I feel now time is running out, but I've really
I'll
got
teach
to
you
get
if you
to
want.
it. Yeah.
We did a racetrack day, and I broke the record for the fastest lap ever.
I
at
crashed
the
into the
racetrack.
wall. I literally crashed into the wall and broke the car off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite. That's my other problem, is that I know that I'm quite reckless behind the wheel, because I've done lots of driving things for shows and stuff. I did, driving tasks on League of Their Own, and I've driven like a monster truck, and every single car that I've got behind the wheel of, I've ended up crashing or like being dragged out of. And so I just, again, that has slightly spooked me, as it would.
I'm an excellent driver because I've had 9 points for nearly a year now, and I haven't got the other 3. And that's the sign of a good driver, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not to have no points. That's the common misconception.
Yeah.
Having no points, that's anyone can do that. It's fucking easy. It's having 9 and then not getting those last 3.
Yeah, that is self-control.
It's like
Oh, self-control is that's the phrase that comes to mind with Adam's driving. So aggressive.
Like it's about just dancing on that line. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you get like the authorities excited. Oh, we're gonna get another ban here, and then you're like, no, fuck you. Full year on 9 points.
Adam thinks they're watching him. Hey, Rose on 9 points, tailing. He's going down.
I
What
do
were
like
your
90 miles an
offences?
hour right the way up to a speed camera, and then slow down to 69, and then speed right back up to 90. They'll never catch me.
He punched the traffic light. That was one of the 3
You
points.
punched traffic light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just knocked it
Doing
out.
me head in. Wasn't changing in time.
So you went out and decked
Well, I
it.
didn't know there was a fucking camera watching me, did I?
Did you punch that as well?
That's the other 3 points.
Oh, I would have punched the camera out, but I didn't know it was there. Yeah, got 3 points for that. Got 3 points for doing 120. That was a bit much.
Past the school.
120.
Flew over the school.
Yeah, but at night.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? But those 9 points, another 3 months and I'm clean, and then I'm going to get 9 again.
Quickly.
You love living on the edge.
I do love living on the edge. My therapist said that to me last week. My therapist said to me, because I asked her why I don't deal with anything when it should be dealt with. Like if I get a parking ticket, the way if you pay it within 2 weeks, it's 25 quid, or in a month, it's 50 quid. And then after that, it's like you owe 500 quid. I always end up getting it to the 500 quid because I just can't do the task. And I was like, why am I doing that with every part of my life? Why do I not do any admin? And she said, maybe you think your life would be boring if it wasn't chaotic. And I've never gone, fucking yes, love. And me, like, just straight away made so much sense to me. I'm causing chaos so that my life's entertaining, so I don't just have to do this and just get bored.
Chaotic part.
I'm also going to take that. I think that I'm trying and I'm bringing about this chaos because otherwise my life will be boring are both going to be very useful sentiments to pump out when I'm a father.
Yeah. Why are you trying to annoy me? Because it would be dull,
It
love.
would be dull.
It would be, darling, it would be so dull
Yes.
if I wasn't irritating you constantly.
You could learn to drive an automatic before July.
You think?
Yeah. I think you
that's
book
a
it today.
challenge. Yeah, book it today.
Do it?
I'm doing it.
Oh, but in London.
Do one of them crash courses.
God.
You do them in like 3 days and then you're
Yeah,
ready to drive.
automatic. You driving your child home from you'll feel so accomplished.
Do it somewhere chilled out, real. Get a crash course in real.
Yeah.
Do you know
Not
that-
in London. London seems manic.
At school, we had to learn to drive in Swindon. And Swindon is one of the worst places to learn to drive because they have this insane
That
magic
junction?
roundabout. Yeah.
It's like 5 roundabouts
Yeah.
all together, and
It's
you have to go like you have to like snake through them depending on which way it's honestly
It's
one of the ways.
insane.
Yeah.
Like it's the most complex like roundabout system in Europe, and we all had to learn to drive in Swindon because it was the nearest town, and you'd have to go and do your test, and you'd have to navigate your way through the magic roundabout, which is why my school just so many people came out of it and they're incapable of driving. Which is just another reason why it was just a ridiculous school. Like most of us can speak Latin but can't drive a car. It's like priorities were all wrong. And yeah, if you look at it, like you show that roundabout to a driver, it's just like anxiety inducing.
Americans don't even get roundabouts, do they? No.
Not
They just
really, no.
literally don't understand it.
There's
Doesn't-
a couple of Americans that are stranded on
They're
that
still
roundabout.
there.
They've been there for years.
in Swindon.
I turned down quite a well-paid gig once in Swindon because I had the thought of doing that roundabout. So genuinely, this is true. I got like there used to be a gig in like a little bar in Swindon, right? And I'd done it like once or twice before. And then on the day, it was like a Wednesday night gig, but they paid like £1,000 to headline. It was definitely like a money cleaning, laundering place or whatever. It was like it held like 80 people. Right, they always filled it. It was a nice gig, but 80 people, they're paying the headliner $1,000. Like, how much are the tickets here? Do you know what I mean?
Whoever ran that gig is definitely now living in Rill.
Yeah,
under,
100%.
under an alias.
I think they were there at the time. To be honest with you, just commuting for it. And I was so hungover. Like, I was just having one of those days, and I was like, ugh. And they texted me and was like, we've lost our headliner tonight. Do you want to come down to Swindon and close? And it's £1,000. This was years ago, and I was skint, and I was so hungover. I was like, I can't do that roundabout today, and I said no.
There's no way around it.
I just couldn't do it. I was like, I can't. The idea of getting to Swindon.
Yeah. Presumably it must exist because they want to keep people in Swindon, and that's the only way that they can stop people from fleeing. It's like a moat that
Kids trying to get to university
Yeah.
and end up back in Swindon.
The gig that you could the gig that I did in Swindon, I did the Oasis Leisure Centre on my last tour, which was a career low point. It was
Whoa. There's no way on your last tour you were playing leisure centres.
but I didn't know it was a leisure centre. They said, "Do you want to play the Swindon Oasis?" I was like, "Oh yeah, that sounds rather fancy." And so, the night before, I'd been at the Hammersmith Apollo, and then life comes at you fast. I turn up in Swindon, and it's an active leisure centre. There were people like swimming in the swimming pool, and then I was in a sports hall.
He's just
and
on the squash courts or on the tennis courts.
and you could all the lines on the floor, and they'd put out fold-up chairs. It all smelled of sweat and deep heat. And I said, "Is this an active like sports hall?" And they said, "Yeah, but it's a really nice gig. You'll love it up there, and you'll forget that you're in a sports hall once you're doing the routine." And I was doing the set, and 15 minutes into the set, a shuttlecock floated down from the ceiling and just drifted in front of me. I was like, "What the fuck is going on here? Am I being punked?" Thankfully, I had some good badminton material to segue into.
That was really impressive, that bit when Jack Whitehall made that shuttlecock fall from the sky. Yeah. Because then he had that bit. He must do that every gig.
The tour you're going on now, and the one that has just started in the UK, is predominantly arenas, isn't it? Or is it entirely arenas?
No, I'm doing 2 weeks of theatres and then about three weeks of arenas. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. No.
Is this the first full arena tour? Have you done arenas before? I know you will have done arenas before, but is this the most arenas you've put on a tour show before?
I think it's about the same as the last one in terms of the dates that I'm doing, and it's just a little bit more spread out. Like normally I do it in like a 2-week chunk, and this one is over a couple of months. And and the first one I've done for like 4 years as well. I took a little bit of time off doing stand up, but really like missed it so much. I was so desperate.
Was
to
there
get
a
back
reason
on
you
stage.
took the time off? Is it just busy with other stuff, or did you want a break from it?
I was a little bit busy with other stuff, but also I don't know. I feel like I needed to like live a little bit of life. I'd exhausted so many avenues in terms of like what I could talk about on stage, and then like in the 4 years that I wasn't doing it, I met my missus and we moved in together and got a dog, and now she's pregnant, and all of a sudden it feels like there's so much
Quite
more.
fast, that.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want all this?
Don't do that.
I'll save that for the therapist. Yeah, it was a lockdown relationship as well. We dated 3 times, and then I met her in Australia, and then she flew back to England, and we went into lockdown together, having been on 3 dates. Whoa. Yeah. So we accelerated through like the first couple of years of a relationship in like 3 months.
Oh, mate, if you've got through that.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That could have ended on the 3rd week of lockdown.
Yeah.
Christ. It was intense.
Yeah, but there was no flights back to Australia at that point either.
Yeah,
they
she
weren't
was
letting anyone in.
trapped. She was
trapped
definitely
over here.
Literally.
They could have
Literally,
hated each
the
other, and they would have
government
had to
was
just.
saying she couldn't leave me.
You're here now.
Yeah, it was actually harder once lockdown ended, because then obviously we were released back into the wild, and I was living my normal life, and I was a stand-up again and going off and doing gigs and filming away from home, and she was also then exposed to the personalities of all of my friendship group, and she was like, I'm not sure what I've got into here. The lockdown was bliss.
Yeah, there's elements of it.
There's a lot when you got a new missus and you introduce them to you, especially as a comic, because you tend to have a few different like groups of friends. I think introducing my missus to comedians is always sound, because comedians just want to be like we're dicks with each other, but with another comic's partner. I think comedians play the game of, I might have to do this myself at some point. I'm going to be overly nice and everyone's dead friendly.
Yeah, and we're used to meeting other people. Like I was there the night where when I met your missus, and I think Ishan might have been there, and you can see the skill of having to turn up to different dressing rooms and be affable and likable, and you see that, and it's not always the same with every friendship group, is it?
Well, the lads I went to
Gauge
school
a
with,
crowd as well. It's
Huh?
like our job is to be able to gauge a crowd and like know what kind of jokes are going to work with a specific type of audience. And most of our friends don't necessarily have that skill, so they'll drop clangers and try and make jokes that they think are funny, and you'll see your missus just like tensing up. I feel much safer introducing her to comics.
Yeah, than the lads I went to school with.
No, God, no.
Yeah. It went okay, but like Josh and Steve, well, I say it went okay. Nearly had a fight that night, but that's not.
Oh, yeah, you did, yeah.
Yeah.
You got away with it.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah. Just literally, just about.
Yeah, family's the hardest one, I think. I think the family's the one. Because if you really like someone and you know you're getting together with them, if they fucking hate some of your mates, you can be like, cool, I'll just go and hang out with them. The family one is the one where we're going to have to do this repeatedly. Like that's the one.
I think my friends are like, my partner being okay with my friends is so much more important to me than my friends being okay with my family. Like there's maybe 2 people in my family where I'm like, they need to get on for this to genuinely work. Like my cousin Dolly, I use her as a good litmus test for any partner I've got. It's like, do you like this person? But like my partner getting on with Carl. And
no, I don't mean. I don't mean.
Josh and
I don't mean every friend. I mean, like we were talking about the different groups of friends. If they're not into some like one like the schoolmates, you can avoid that.
I would trust my schoolmates' opinion way more than like me dad's.
Yeah,
absolutely. Or my little brothers. Like so much more.
There's no bullshit.
Every partner I've ever had, before they've met my family, I've had to be like, right, look, here's how it is, okay? You know the way I'm a bit fucked up? Well, I've done very, very well to only be this fucked up. And it's because this is chaos. There's alcoholism, there's drug abuse, there's unemployment, there's a fucking lot going on over here. And let's go and meet them. And they're all lovely, and they're especially lovely, and they put the best versions of themselves on when they meet my partner. They absolutely do. And I know they're going to do that. But if my dad was like, I don't really know about it, I'd be like, cool. Don't really trust your opinion on anything. Never mind this. I'll just, you'll see her 3 times a year, and that's fine. She'll see Carl well more. If Carl was like, what the fuck are you doing? Then I'd be like, cool. How do I quickly and nicely tell this girl I never want to see her again?
I've never used that power, by the way.
No.
So after the lockdown, did you have to do all of this in one?
Sorry, there has been 1 or 2 occasions where maybe you could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've held back and let you fall on your own sword. You have to learn your own lessons sometimes.
The juicy girl, you didn't warn him about her?
No, he quite liked
Wow, you let that happen. You just stood by and let that woman clean your mate out.
I didn't know.
Jack,
I mean, she did buy me a motorbike once, and I was like, how the fuck have you afforded that? But,
Jack, I ordered little red flags to have in this mug.
Really?
And occasionally fucking flew the red flags. All I'm saying was, some people knew.
It's important to reiterate for legal reasons that Juicy is a work of fiction.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Beautifully written. Beautifully written.
It's
I showed when I was sort of prepping, because I had to prep my girlfriend for meeting my dad for the first time, obviously. I mean, it's slightly easier for me because I can just say, here's 5 series of a Netflix show. What you have to understand is that this is the sanitized version of him, and he has been edited to look nicer in this. If anything, in real life, he is even more extreme. So brace yourself. He was actually fine with her. He's just so intimidating, and I think it has always been intimidating for like partners. And my sister had it even worse. There was a story I always remember. She brought back one of her boyfriends to meet my dad. And again, like, he'd been given the talk and he'd been prepared. And I was at home, living at home at the time. And we were like, we need to get to the door first and open it so that we can get him in and just sort of like help him settle in. And
a dog.
Oh, it's so bad. And he was a slightly bigger lad as well. Slightly thicker. He was a rugby player, and he rang the doorbell, and my dad got to it before we could and answered it and opened the door, and he looked at this boy who was slightly thicker set, and then like barely even addressed him, just shouted through to my mum in the kitchen and went, "Hillary, we're going to need more food." And we're like, this poor fucking kid who was like 18, 19 years old, meeting my dad for the first time and just gets slapped in the face on arrival.
If that was me though, I mean, I don't know how he took it, but that would make me go, oh, like the fact that he'd said that.
Yeah.
I'd take that as a joke and be like, oh, he's willing to joke with me. That would relax me so much more than anything else. I think the problem I would have then had is I would have then made an inappropriate joke back.
Him. Yeah.
And then maybe that would have upset him.
Door shut. Well, it's because he never laughs or never smiles. So every single line that he delivers, even if he's trying to make a joke, is just with that same like resting bitch face. So it's so hard to ascertain whether he's joking or not. And to a lot of people, they're totally thrown by that, and they just think that they're being insulted. But like, if you know him, you know that everything that he says is
that
just
would give me
deadpan or sarcastic.
such anxiety if I was dating your like I've always girlfriends when I was younger, charming mum, getting on with mum, always fine. Dads were not keen on me. I think they saw the little fucking ball bag that I was.
Yeah.
Where mum's like, isn't he? Oh, he's charming, isn't he? Funny lad. Your dad being like that would have given me the vapors.
I know I'm going to be like that. I know if I have a daughter, then I'm going to be that kind of a dad. I'm going to want to fucking, scare the living daylights out of any
you're
boyfriend
terrifying,
that she brings.
Jack. You're terrifying.
Also, the fact that I say scare the living daylights, I think is proof that I will never scare anyone.
If you hurt my daughter, I'll get an Uber to where you are. My God.
I want to be, if I have a daughter, I'd want to be sort of, I want to give off the air of a man who is, I'm your best friend, but I'm also the guy who's going to dig your grave. You know what I mean?
No, I've had that, and I hate that.
What do you mean?
I've had someone say they'd drive me into the woods and I wouldn't be coming back again.
No, but I wouldn't tell them. I'd just, I'd give them a look that said it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Can it just?
I think I'm gonna,
just for me. I think we all want to see that
camera.
look.
Down that camera.
Yeah.
So, ding dong.
Hiya, mate. You know what, Ice? Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to meet you. No, yeah, I love it even more than you do. If you, yeah. No, welcome to the family.
Oh yeah, that little pout.
Yeah, I'd be like, you all right on some chapstick?
That was quite
or something?
intimidating.
Say that again.
Vaseline?
Yeah.
Your lips all right?
Oh yeah. Just blow a kiss at him. Yeah, I love her.
Oh yeah.
I
Kiss
love
him on
you.
the lips.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family, son.
We do it a bit different round here.
Stroke his face a little bit.
Do you know if you're having a boy or a girl?
I do, but I'm.
Oh, you're not allowed to.
Well, I was going to try and keep it secret, but I know I'm going to blurt it out at some point.
You've already
The minute
done
I
that.
start talking about it on stage.
If I have a daughter.
If I had a daughter, but maybe it will be a boy. It could be either of those two.
Either of them.
This is just what your missus wants. Could you announce the sex of the child on Have a Word? Yes, I will.
Okay, we won't ask you what kids.
You'll like this detail about the baby, which was quite funny. I went to have the first scan, and I was also, before I went into the scan, I was like, just try and experience this not as a comedian. Try and just be present and in the moment, and like not thinking about whether you could get some material out of this. And she told us the due date, and she was a bit shifty, and she went, yeah, so the due date for the baby is somewhere between the 10th of September and the 12th of September. And I was like, that appears to be a date slap bang in the middle there that you don't want to tell me.
I think it'd be quite
nice.
nice.
The due date's 9/11.
It'd be quite nice to be born on 9/11 though, because when everyone's talking about 9/11, you'd feel like, oh, everyone's really excited for my birthday.
The telly's better.
I don't know whether that's a take.
The telly is better.
The telly is better.
Yeah.
When I was looking. What do you want to do? What do you want me to do? I was looking for testicles on the scan. There's a screen up. There's like a big screen on the wall, and they're doing the jelly and the thing round. And even though you've never looked at a scan before, you're like, I'll know balls. I'm pretty sure. And I was like, wow, this kid's got big balls.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I was looking at. Maybe the lungs or something. I was like, they're too slick. I was like,
And
nads.
it was
It looked like
that is
nads. So
not
I was like,
testicles.
I was literally, I was like, Laura,
shit.
it's a boy.
Why was the lungs
boy.
hanging out of there?
No, you're just seeing shapes.
You're seeing
You're not
little
seeing,
shapes.
it's a 3D. No, it's 3D scan. No, it's not. It's a.
No, the 3D one's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like
Yeah.
it's made out of Lego.
I wasn't looking for the outline of a dick and balls, but I was sure I could see. And she was like, "It's a girl," and I nearly went, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to sort these testicles out then,
Yeah.
because they're huge.
I
Not
saw
that
a
you
dick. I saw a dick and balls, or maybe I didn't,
Oh, nice.
because it could be either.
Okay, we won't ask you what child you're having. What are you hoping for?
I genuinely don't care. I did, and well, I do know, so I didn't care, and I don't care. But if it is a girl, then I
Yeah.
could still enjoy taking her to the football,
Yeah, of course.
and if it is a boy, then I can still enjoy taking him to the ballet. I'm really trying to evade accidentally revealing this gender and doing a very bad job of doing so.
No, I haven't got a fucking clue what you're having.
of course.
It's not a girl.
My daughter's asked to go to the football, and we're going with Uncle Adam.
Uncle Adam.
Yeah. We're going the Cop for a European game.
Oh my god.
Let's just start properly.
Yeah.
Next season.
It won't be next season. Well,
Hey,
It will be.
it will
It's
be.
in
Just
Europe.
started the one to be in.
One of them
We'll
nasty
be
ones
in the championship.
against AZ Alkmaar.
My first football game was at Chelsea, and it was a it was a night game. And my mum and dad took me, and I don't think they were expecting it to be as raucous as it was. And the whole of I just remember as a kid, the whole of the stand chanting, "Oh, Graham Poll, he is a fucking asshole," and it was that for 90 minutes. And that was my first introduction to football. And they were like, "You're not being a Chelsea fan. You can support Fulham or Arsenal."
Oh, were you at the? You were in. It wasn't Arsenal versus Chelsea.
No.
It was a Chelsea home
Yeah,
game.
it was a Chelsea home game. Yeah, because we lived
Oh
in
wow!
Chelsea.
Are your mum and dad not into football at all?
Yeah, my mum's really into it. She's a Leicester City fan.
Okay.
And then my dad had no interest in football until he was like sort of 60. And then because we all started taking an interest in football, he decided that he would rather be involved in those conversations than on the periphery of them. So then he became a Leicester City fan, and now he watches all of the games. He's obsessed with it, and just completely like took it up as a interest in his 60s.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
That's well said. You're an Arsenal fan, aren't you?
I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah, we were messaging a little bit about that
Been quite a devastating 2
devastating
weeks.
end to the season.
Yeah.
It's still a success, though.
It's not.
You would
Yeah,
take it.
it doesn't
No,
feel like
I
it.
know,
Like it.
No,
They
of
were 8
course.
points clear. They're going to
But
finish
at the
12 points
start of the
behind.
season-
It's quite the swing.
Second place, you're taking.
Yeah, 100%.
You're taking Champions League.
Yeah,
aren't you?
it
So-
would have bitten your hand off for that. But like just because we got close and then fell into the trap of allowing ourselves to hope, it does feel a little bit
I'm an Everton
bitterly
fan, Jack. So,
disappointing. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, thanks for that. Like the one fucking game you turn up for all season is us. So
yeah, that was
annoying.
nice.
It wasn't that did it though, Jack. Let's be fair. It wasn't.
No.
Shall we have a break?
Let's have a break. What's happening, lads? It's now time to tell you about my absolute favourite sponsor. It's clothing and footwear brand Android Home. How are you, Dan?
Really good. I've got these lovely sliders.
What,
that I
take them off the table?
Okay, so
You don't put new shoes on the table ever. Just don't do it.
new
Just don't
sliders.
do it.
Is that a Scouts thing
It's
as well?
a shoe, isn't it?
Never
It's a
put
type of shoe.
sliders. Right, cool. Android Home.
You get 20% off site-wide with the promo code WORD20. Not only do they do hoodies like the one Dan's got on, jackets like the one I've got on, and by the way, just a little extra thing for you. If you wear this jacket without a t-shirt underneath, it's very easy to get your ham out.
My God, that's incredible ham. They're gorgeous shoes though, aren't they?
Fucking break your arm.
And they hurt when they're thrown at you.
I've been wearing Android Home for a while. I used to buy their clothes and then they started sending me some stuff to do some Instagram promotion stuff. They're finally a sponsor of the podcast. They are the best quality clothes I ever get sent. The t-shirts that they do are as good as anything I've ever bought. They're absolutely unbelievable. They're very forgiving and stuff like that. The sliders, I threw my North Face and Nike sliders away because I got 3 pairs sent to me by Android and they're absolutely great. I've got one for the house now. I've got one in me missus and I've got one that I take away with me gigging. They are the best sliders I've ever owned. I'm very, very happy to promote these products. They're great. Look how good that hoodie looks on Dan. He looks really ugly, doesn't he? And he looks all right now.
I mean, I'd wear a bin bag if you sent it for free, but it's nice.
WORD20, site-wide, 20% off. Some of the best gear you're going to buy. Go and up your wardrobe game at Android Home. Please go now. Welcome back to part 4 of this week's wonderful episode of the Have a Word podcast. Jack Whitehall still with us. This is Dan Nightingale. Hey. Carl and Finn sat over there.
Yeah.
Why do you always laugh when I do a bit of professionalism?
It actually makes my job easier as well.
It's just, it's the only time you ever go into that mode. Hi, welcome back. Part 2 of, and there's 4, and this is part 3. And this is also part 4. Mathematician at heart.
But why?
I don't know.
What's wrong with just adding a bit of classic showbiz professionalism to our show?
Showbiz?
Yeah.
It is showbiz.
Because everyone starts the section of the
That's
pod going,
jazz
I have no idea which section this is. What are we on?
I think it's hard to pull off showbiz professionalism in shorts.
People don't know I've got shorts on, Jack.
Oh, sorry.
You know what I mean?
Jack.
Oh, yes. And now he's back.
He's got the legs of ham out, and
Big
now he's got the
showbiz.
full ham out.
How showbiz he is.
Lord.
Forsyth did that once.
How
didn't he?
great would it be if Hugh Edwards hosted the news like that once? Just one time, you tune in and there he is, legs out on the
Bombs in
table.
Syria against there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like it, me. Anyway, this man's going to talk to us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Bombs and that. Yeah.
That was a news round version of that. Well, yeah, bombs are bad.
Chris Evans on the one show. So, what was it like when Freddie got AIDS? Anyway, shut up. Peas.
We've got some questions to ask you all.
Keep the ham out.
Keep the ham out. Keep the ham out.
We've got a couple of underrated, overrateds to start us off.
Lovely. This, you can go for these or just whatever you think.
Have a
Underrated,
vehement,
overrated.
aggressive, shouty opinion on something,
Right.
or you can just be like, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
So
Whatever you want.
we've got 2 mini rounds essentially. So the first one is condiments. So we'll go, and the first one is ketchup.
I mean,
Underrated, I think.
I love
how
ketchup.
could it's the main one?
It's versatile as fuck.
But it's
isn't it?
overrated, isn't it? Because it's not the best one, but it's like the default. It's like the first one.
Yeah, it's the main one.
I like
It gets about too much for my liking. I don't really use it.
It
It does. It does get about that, doesn't it?
Sauce about time.
It's a bit of
like-
a slag.
it is a bit of a
Yeah,
slag. It's
yeah.
a breakfast condiment. It's a lunch condiment. It's a dinner time condiment. It's fucking everywhere. It doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate, who hate you?
Ketchup.
Is it also, I don't like ketchup, but is it that it's just some brands are just off the table?
Well,
Like they're awful.
it should be Heinz. My missus, I've never known Fury like it when I buy one of the posh ketchups because they're the Stokes' one, which
Are
is
they, like,
very
bitty?
nice.
they, like,
That one has got a little bit of texture to it. And then there's another one that's even posher, which I quite like. And she's like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is wrong with Heinz? Like, I get it, you're posh, but we do not need to have this ridiculous ketchup.
What's the poshest one? I bet I've never even heard of it.
I can't even remember. Like, I'm gonna have to Google it.
It's also the only sauce in the world that has like pre-cum. You know that like,
You've got to shake it.
do you know what I mean? Like
That one doesn't.
This one doesn't.
That one
but like,
doesn't.
like when you like empty a little bit of tomato and the first bit's like all half see-through.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
That's what I've got in my
Show the
fridge.
camera there,
Wilkin
please,
and
I've
Sons.
seen this one
Yeah,
before
you've
in
seen
like
that one,
restaurants
right?
that are trying to.
Oh, yeah. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Do you know I used to work in a
No
pub?
pre-cum with that. That just blows its load straight into your mouth.
I used to work in a pub.
21 quid.
You pay that?
You've been buying that?
It's weird.
Oh no,
you
sorry.
don't know
So
the place.
it's £3 from Ocado, but for some reason £21.99 from Amazon.
Yeah, I've googled and the Stokes one's more expensive.
Yeah, that one's really good. No.
What has this show become?
Heinz,
God.
solid.
Do you know when I used to work in a pub called the Officers' Mess? It was a pub on Victoria Street, Liverpool. On the tables, on every table, it was a gastro pub. It was a bottle of Heinz tomato ketchup.
Yeah.
But every Sunday we used to refill them with not Heinz tomato ketchup. So they used to buy cheap tomato ketchup.
That's all pre-cum.
And yeah,
Oh, the cheap one. I hate cheap. I know some people prefer it, don't they? They've got they like the cheap one. The the greasy spoon ketchup. A cheap ketchup. I'm not
Daddy's
into
is
it.
good. Daddy's ketchup or
Daddy's
Daddy's
pre-cum.
brown.
Yeah. I used to. That was the
I
thing
knew
when
you were
I
saying
worked in
that.
a pub once, and getting all of the ketchup and mayonnaise out of the massive vat and putting it into the little jars. That job I remember used to make me like dry heave.
Yeah, that's nice.
We used to just get like a huge like squirty bottle, like it was like this big, and it had like a hand soap pump on the top of it, and then you would get a Heinz bottle and you would pump all the shite one into it and put it back on the table.
Weights
a
and
war
measures are going to
crime.
get involved there, mate. That's disgusting.
Weights and measures.
That's
No,
like-
it was the right measure. It wasn't like
That's like selling fake vodka. Though.
Right, the next
Did
one.
anyone ever call you out on it?
no,
Be
because like
that ain't Heinz.
what, like they've got like they're sampling the wine. I think that's
Was it just
corked.
a pub called the Officers' Mess? It wasn't like an Officers' Mess. It was just a boozer.
Presumably at some point it was an
You thought
officer's
you
mess.
think I worked in the army's pub?
But it's just called the Officers'
It's
Mess.
on Water Street or near Water Street where all the barracks.
Near the
and
barracks.
stuff are, yeah.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
it was on Victoria
No,
Street.
but Water Street's at the end, isn't it? Like where the
Yeah,
barracks are.
it was a pub where you go down, and one night, it got really out of hand there. I don't know whether I've ever told this story.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Have I told this story on the pod?
When we got robbed by accident.
No,
Got robbed.
it didn't get robbed by accident. We sort of robbed it accidentally on behalf of the customers. So
Talk me through that logic.
So at the arena one night there was a reggae concert on. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So
Reggae concert.
so there was a man who hired the Officers' Mess, and I don't know why he chose the Officers' Mess for this. For his after party of the reggae, he wasn't like the reggae man. It wasn't like it was his concert.
No.
but he was putting
An
like
reggae-
unnamed guy doesn't sell out the arena. Is it the reggae man tonight? Do you know his name? No, but it's for
So
you.
he was a reggae enthusiast though.
yeah, but he was just like he was a businessman, right? So the guy
Businessman by day, reggae man by night.
so
It was the guy that created Rasta Mouse.
he hired the Officers' Mess. And in the build up to it, so I was like the supervisor at this stage, sort of thing, and I know, right? And
This makes it worse.
In charge of the ketchup.
no, but the manager was like, right, here's what's happening. We've signed this deal with this fella. So on Saturday night after, I think it was on a Sunday, right? So he's like, on Saturday night after the shift, we need to empty all of the fridges and all of the shelves because this fella who's hired the place is bringing his own alcohol. He's paid a premium to have the place with his own alcohol. I was like, right. So the next day, I have to get in early, and we set up the bar with all this guy's beers and all this guy's spirits and all this guy's bottle of champagne and all that sort of stuff. And we're like, so what are we doing? Like, till-wise, he goes, oh, no. Because his brother's on alcohol, it's just, if someone comes to the bar, and the manager was like, we want to get rid of this as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Like, the sooner the booze is gone, the sooner the night ends. So
But to be fair, I get why he's brought his own booze. If anything to go by, like your antics with the ketchup, he doesn't want to be ordering a beer and Moretti and then, is this special brew? You've just been decanting it into all of the bottles.
It takes a turn for the worse here, Jack. Okay.
Oh, no.
So, my manager was like, whenever someone comes to the bar,
Yeah.
and it was full, by the way, busier than it was. It felt like a shoulder to shoulder nightclub. It wasn't like the pub it normally was.
Yeah.
And they brought a DJ who was playing like the loudest like reggae, hip hop and everything.
Yeah, we saw that coming.
And so he said, whenever someone comes to the bar, if they order a brandy and coke, just say to them, "Do you want the bottle?" And then give them the bottle and give them a jug of coke, because then that's a lot quicker than giving them, right?
This
So
sounds like a bad idea.
So people come to the bar going, "Can I have a brandy and coke?" And I go, "Do you want the bottle?" And they go, "How much is it?" We're like, no, it's an open bar because the guy's brought his own alcohol. And they'd be like, "Oh, cool." So then I would give them a bottle of brandy. Then the fella comes in who's hired it at one point, and he's like, "Why are you giving everyone the alcohol?" And we were like, "Because that's what we were told to do." And he starts screaming at like the girl who's the glass collector. She was like 17. And I was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "She's giving my alcohol away. She's giving my alcohol away." And we were like, "That's what we've been told to do." It turns out there'd been a miscommunication between the manager of our place and him. He wanted to hire the place out and sell his own alcohol, right? So he's brought all this stuff to sell, and we're just fucking giving it to people who've come to the after party.
By the bottle.
Bottles of brandy.
But he starts like kicking off, and like then when people sort of realise there's a kick off and the fella who they've all bought their tickets from is not happy, it just becomes like an app. It becomes chaos, and everyone's screaming and shouting, and it's like sort of mob mentality. Everyone knows there's a kick off, and I was just like, get everyone. All of our staff, especially the young girls, just get them on the street. And we just all went on the street, called the police, waited for them to arrive. And at that point, there's people behind the bar just helping themselves to whatever. Because we're just like, the manager was like, "We can't do that." And I was like, I won't say his name. I was like, "Mate, I'm taking all the rest of the staff outside. There's too many people in here as it is. And now they all know that there's been a miscommunication and they should have been charged for alcohol. They're just going to be jumping over and getting whatever they want. And we're not getting in the way of that." And we stood on the street and waited for the police to arrive.
It sounds very similar to some of the shenanigans that went on in the Swan and Labrador, the pub I worked in Putney. On the one fateful day when they ran out of Whispering Angel, it kicked off in a very similar manner.
Love a Whispering Angel. Bit of ice in.
What's a Whispering Angel?
Dreamy.
It's a high-end rosé wine.
Yeah.
So just
as a
conclude,
ketchup,
yeah.
overrated?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Whispering Angel.
Underrated. Rasta Mouse. Underrated.
Right, let's go through these. Mayo. Underrated, overrated.
I think it's just a white ketchup in it. It gets about too much. It's
And then garlic mayo.
I think you're going to feel like that with a lot of these condiments.
salt.
they all get about
They
a
all
bit
get
too much.
about-
So I like it.
Garlic mayo.
Garlic mayo's much better.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It needs something. It needs to have been jazzed up mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Standard mayo is
Right.
one.
Hot sauce.
Underrated.
Underrated.
So heavy.
On everything.
Does it not get about enough now?
No, it doesn't get about enough.
Oh, just get
Hot
it on
sauce
everything.
should be available in like a breakfast place. Hot sauce on your eggs is excellent. If you go to a Greasy Spoon, I would have brown sauce as the leader. Like he's the headline act on the table because that's what I want normally. But above, I'm much more likely to have hot sauce on my breakfast than ketchup.
Even on cheese on toast.
How are you with spice, Jack? Are you worried you're going to get called into hot ones?
Yeah, I'm not great with spice, so I would say
When you go
overrated
to
hot
Nando's,
sauce.
what spice do you have?
Oh no.
Do you say lemon and herb?
Lemon and herb, and yeah, I have to have lemon and herb, and nowadays I also have to have an Imodium before I've ordered.
You are a dad!
I know.
Yes, it's happening.
It's so tragic.
Could you bring back the mango and lime?
Yes,
So if the call comes, Sean Evans phones, hot ones, are you declining just outright?
I mean, I would be like, sweating out of my eyeballs on the first.
He's not declining hot ones, is he? He's here.
I'd do it.
Don't you start. Fucking massive, Jack.
Right, last one, mustard.
Overrated.
Shite.
It's weird. It's got such a weird
Underrated.
taste.
I love mustard.
What kind of mustard?
You love mustard.
I love English mustard. Love a little bit of
£40 a
Dijon.
bottle stuff.
Oh yeah, I've got the special stuff that I buy off Amazon.
Mustard ruins a hot dog.
Do you know what? A bit of American mustard on a hot dog actually adds it to it for me. But when they put as much mustard as they do ketchup, that's wrong. It should be like 3/4 to 1/4 ketchup to mustard ratio.
I feel like this will get a bit of stick, but I don't like ketchup, but I think mustard's much. I like mustard.
You're talking shit.
So if you have a hot dog,
I'd have
a
mustard
veggie
on
hot dog, you
Yeah.
just have mustard.
Yeah. And onions.
You might be the strangest little boy I've ever met, you know.
Little
bigger
boy.
than you.
Little boy. I'll take it. Right, we're moving on. This is going to be cities underrated, overrated. So I know your opinion on this one, Adam, but we'll get everyone else's. New York.
It's just the best place in the world, apart from Nashville.
So it's overrated.
It's overrated then, isn't it?
By Adam.
It's not overrated. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
It's underrated. I like New York.
I love New York.
I love
great,
New
yeah.
York.
Have you been living in LA when you're out in the States, or are you in New York, or doing a bit of everything?
Mainly in LA, which I don't like.
Right.
New York I like because it's like the people there remind me more of Brits. It's just everyone's keeps themselves to themselves a little bit more and is less in your face. And it just, I don't know, it feels like...
You say it's less in the face, but there is those people on the street who do shout at you asking if you've got their money as you walk past. You got my money? Like, have you met him? I met him.
Adam made an enemy in New York really quick.
What's the next city? Because you've just said it then.
Yeah, LA.
yeah.
So none of us have experienced it. What's it like? Because I've heard that it's...
Well, on
There's
paper,
like a-
it's paradise. It's great food, beautiful people, sunshine. But then within 2 weeks of being there, you're like, I think I'd rather be in a Wetherspoons, like in a pub garden. I don't know. I just like, you can't live there for too long because just everyone is in the industry. Like, it all feels quite inauthentic.
Is it like living in
Fucking
the Edinburgh
obsessed
Festival?
with kale as well. Everywhere you go, every fucking restaurant is like kale salads and kale smoothies. And I walked into some place, it had a sign on the window. It was like, our secret ingredient is happiness. It's kale. It's definitely kale. It's in everything that you have on the
There's
menu.
never been a
There's no
Wetherspoons
happiness.
with either
kale.
of those things.
Yeah.
I don't know
Happiness
anyone
or
who
kale.
speaks highly of LA. Anyone. Other even the comedians whose podcasts I sort of listen to every now and then. A lot of them have moved to Austin now.
Yeah.
Like even Tom Segura's like, we were all in LA because it felt like the right place to be. But now that we don't have to be there, it's fucking amazing to not be there. The only big comic I know that sort of stayed there is Bill Burr. And that's just because he's got a family like sort of bedded in and that. The rest of them have just upped and moved because like, I don't know anyone who loves LA.
What's it like gigging for you in America? Is it, have people got a preconception of you as kind of the actor more than the stand-up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like LA's a hard place to gig as well because there's just so many like comedians there and like big name comedians as well, like dropping in and doing the clubs all of the time. So you're normally on a bill with someone whose fan base has come to see them and only them. So it's like it's a weird experience to go and gig there when you haven't got, and I don't have a particularly big profile in stand up out there. So I've had some nights where I've gone and I've done a gig and I'm on like, there's a guy called Joey Diaz. Do you know him?
yeah.
Joey Coco Diaz.
Joey Coco Diaz. His crowd is slightly different to maybe my target audience.
Is it?
Yeah. And I fucking died on my ass. I had to follow him. He literally did a half-hour routine about eating ass. And it was just like, it was insane. Every routine, and then he would be back to eating ass. And it was kind of impressive to watch someone able to string out 30 minutes on ass eating. And then
Was
I
that
came
harder
on,
to follow than the Madeleine McCann news this morning?
I would say, yeah. I would say, yeah.
God, I'd love to see Joey Diaz on the One Show. Holy shit.
Yeah. Or Giles Brandreth doing a section on ass eating.
Right, the next city is Amsterdam. So we did our special there. What did you think?
I loved it, but I think it might be overrated, you know.
There's nothing to do.
It's great, but it's
There's
still,
nothing to
everyone
do.
loves it. It's
No.
just the weed thing.
If you don't smoke or drink, what else you do?
Sightsee, go to the Van Gogh Museum and play a
I don't
bonus.
think you can say there's nothing to do.
No, but I mean, compared to other European cities, it's not, you know.
But okay, what is there to do in another European Paris that there isn't to do?
There's a lot more culture and things to see in Paris than there is in
Name them.
Amsterdam. Versailles, the Eiffel Tower, all of the museums. the
Amsterdam's
Louvre.
got that bridge that I was looking for a bit.
That bridge.
The Rijksmuseum.
The what?
The Rijksmuseum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Rembrandt.
Where's that?
It's
Anne Frank
near
House.
that bridge. It goes Rijksmuseum, that bridge, and then the red light. Amsterdam. Ever been a fan? Ever been?
Yeah, I love Amsterdam. My brother lives in Amsterdam.
No.
Yeah.
What a great place for your brother to
Oh,
fuck off to.
great, yeah.
Could have been Swindon.
Yeah, he lives. He's been there for a year now. He lives with his missus. She works for Just Eat, who are based in Amsterdam,
Is
and
she
they offered
delivering?
her a couple of years.
Got a job on the bikes for Just Eat in Amsterdam.
Well, it's the best place to do it. So much respect for cyclists there.
Do you think anyone's ever moved for a Just Eat job? Got an opening in Brussels. Sound. Get my own bike.
I did a gig there a couple of weeks ago, and I played the AFAS Arena, and it was next to the Ajax Stadium, and they had Metallica on in the stadium at the same time, which was so funny. Watching all of these middle-class expats shuffling into my show, and then a load of metalheads going into theirs, just mingling in the car park.
Right, a couple of British cities to round us off. Manchester.
Totally overrated. Totally and completely
Whoa.
and utterly. People think it's the second best city in the UK, and it isn't.
Where is it?
Liverpool?
The second best city? No, that's not one.
I thought we were all just going to London. It's like the
Have you seen that? Have you seen that thing where it says, what was it? People got asked where the second best city in the UK was. Everyone in Manchester said Manchester, and everyone in Liverpool also said Manchester.
That's good. Because we said number one then.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Manchester's overrated.
Good place to go to uni, though.
Yeah, I think my problem with Manchester is I love Manchester so much because I was a student there, but like I was just infatuated with it because I'd never been anywhere else other than London at that point, and it was incredible to just not be living at home with my parents. So I just fell in love with Manchester hard. And then,
Do you remember the after party that someone had at your student house?
Yep.
We did a student gig.
Yeah.
And it was, I think Joe Lycett and you had a gig together.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've told that to people and they're like, you're making it up. I was like, yeah, there's these two students.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, yeah, they've got potential.
Yeah.
And I was like the paid, headliner on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was your mate, I can't remember his name, but
Marcus.
you and your mate ran
Yeah, comedy
and I got
sluts.
paid 120 quid.
Yeah.
And afterwards, like, everyone was like, wow. So you get paid to do stand-up. Yeah. I was like, yeah, man. Yeah. And I was literally trying to give Jack and Joe Lycett advice. I was like, you could keep on these tracks, guys. Maybe one day, give it 3 or 4 years, you could be getting 120 quid on a Wednesday. So
I honestly, I can see
working.
both of you on Spiky Mag's mailing list. I really can.
Yeah. Keep going, man.
We had John Bishop do that gig like a couple of months later, and we ran out of cash because we hadn't like divvied it up properly and had to give him £70 cash and then some laughing gas. That's how student it was. The after party was great though.
It was so good. And this was like, it got to the point where it was just about to get Larry and you were like, I'm off to bed. I was left with like 3 or 4 of your mates.
Crazies.
I called it. I was like, oh dude, you're the old guy at a student party.
Well, and there was one party as well where I woke up the following morning because I used to do that. I was quite good at a French exit. And then I woke up and came downstairs and there was a rather... I would say, feisty homeless gentleman that used to loiter around the bus stop abusing the students. And I found him asleep on the sofa in our living room. And he had, unfortunately, soiled himself. And I had to wake him up and usher him out of the house and then walk back in. And I looked at this sofa and I was like, oh, God, I could go and tell everyone about this and then attempt to clean it. But I could also just turn those cushions over and get on with my life. And I picked up the sofa cushions and I turned them over and didn't tell anyone.
That's why every student loses their deposit at the end of the year of renting a place.
Our house was disgusting. It had like a beer funnel strapped to the top that wrapped round the stairs and then this like sort of patch of beer on the carpet at the bottom of it. But like I remember light bulbs used to go out and we used to look at that happen and be like, well, I guess this is a day room now. We spent our entire budget for furniture on a pool table. It was just like, it was a proper frat house.
Yeah.
We lost the front door as well. Had another party where I came down and someone had nicked the front door, ripped it off the hinges. And there was no front door. So I had to go out and buy a bin liner and some gaffer tape and just seal it up so that there wasn't a draft.
Like someone had broken your car window. Oh my God. That'll do.
That'll do.
Why do we keep having homeless people shit themselves on the couch? I think I've got a clue. It might be the bin bag door. I think you're jumping to conclusions.
Manchester is overrated. I think it's good. I actually like Manchester.
Great city.
But it is totally and utterly overrated by every single person on the planet.
Okay. Well, that's
Okay.
decisive there. Right, we're going to have some advice. Hit the jingle.
Yes, Finn, I will. Fucking works for us. How are you giving advice? You're quite good at
People
advice.
write in because they know we've got our lives together and they want to.
Oh yeah, I
see
think I was
us
good
go.
at giving advice.
Yeah.
Right, this one is from Anonymous. Wag lids. I have a little bit of a dilemma. I've been working with my dad as a plumber for a few months and have noticed some suspicious behaviour from him in the past few weeks. He's been overcharging people for basic jobs we've been doing. I'm not sure whether I need to say something. I've left it for a while, but last week he charged an old woman, probably about 75, over £500 for a 20-minute dead simple job. What do I do in this situation? Keep my mouth shut and enjoy the money, or confront him on it?
Oh, that's stinky.
Your dad sounds like a fucking prick.
Good?
That's all we're saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's your advice.
Oh, that's
He sounds like a little
one of them, innit?
cowboy, innit?
I mean, all tradesmen, if they're, especially if they see guys like me, they're like, oh, a shelf. They don't put themselves up. But when it's the...
And you're like,
when
I know,
it's-
that's why I've called you.
Yeah. When it's pensioners, I feel like that's really
Can't
murky.
be robbing pensioners, Jack, can you?
No. I mean, I got charged $3,000 by someone to refit that front door, but I think they were well within their rights to do so.
I've got to be honest with you.
Not pensioners.
It's okay to rob you.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't rob a 75-year-old woman.
No.
What if,
You
what
can't.
if she was a wealthy woman?
I haven't said that. If she's that old, she was probably racist, so, fuck her. Just statistically.
Yeah.
1 in 3, is it?
I think it's more like 3 and 4.
I wouldn't work for him. I'd bin it off, just get a proper job.
But it's his
Your
dad.
dad's-
Does he,
yeah.
what does he do? Does he? But he can't
Just be
burn the
like,
British.
Dad, you're a
can you?
scumbag. See you at Christmas.
No, he lives with his dad, I'm guessing. It sounds like a
I
young
think
lad.
Doing a lot of guessing,
you
aren't
gotta
we?
say something.
Would you
Do you
say
reckon?
something?
Stand up. Actually, no. I
How would
probably-
you confront him?
I mean, I haven't stood up to my dad in 34 years. So, yeah, stand up to him, why don't you? No, yeah.
Do a Netflix series with
Yeah,
him.
do a Netflix series with him. Travels with my plumber.
It's not going to change, is he?
Remember the program Cowboy Builders? Do that, but from the other perspective.
How
Do
would that
Cowboy
work?
Builders too, but you are the Cowboy Builder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You could snitch him out to
Bring
Dominic
Dom
Littlewood.
Littlewood.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No. Just like get on board with your dad, right? Just accept that that's what he does and just film it from that perspective. So you can do like before you're going into the house, you're like, right, this one's 89. She's fucking lost her marbles.
Cool.
And now we're going to take $2,000 off her
Yeah.
to put a light bulb in.
It's like a
I wonder if
tutorial. how to
they'll- I wonder
rob.
if they'll be
How
able
to
to
rob pensioners.
Yeah, film the court case as well.
What is that, BBC?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
I think we're in the age of
Channel 4,
creating
innit?
your own content, aren't you? So that's a YouTube channel.
Start a Patreon.
Yeah. So that's our advice. is
Charge
start a
400 quid a
Patreon.
month.
Our advice to this guy is start a Patreon and film your dad scamming people. And you get in
Monetize
on
it
it.
further.
Great advice. Stop working for your scummy dad.
Make
I
sure
don't
you
think
give
it's as
it.
easy as that, though, is it?
What?
It's family, and what you do to make him.
Yeah, you can get another job. You can. It is that easy. You don't
No,
have to
I'm
work
saying
for your
to
dad
call
if you
him-
don't want.
To call him out on it, I mean.
Well, I don't think he's ever going to change, but you can work somewhere else where that you don't feel the ick every time you rip off someone.
I actually do think people do have the capacity for change.
Cool. Apart from 75-year-old racist women.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awful.
Yeah, they're stuck in their ways.
Rob them.
I think call him out, and then if he kicks off, just say, I am bringing about this chaos because otherwise my life would be boring.
Hey! That's how you fucking podcast, baby.
Right, this one's from Beardykins. Wag lids, need some advice. My wife and I have been together 13 years and have always been quite kinky. We recently introduced pegging into our sex
Oh
life.
my God. Nate.
That's where the woman bums the man.
Yeah, no.
He's been in LA, darling.
I was far too quick to go, I know what that is. Pegging, you say? Ah, yes.
I think this one's maybe more for Adam. After shitting on my wife several times. I tried.
Several?
I've actually seen this in the prep. I was like, he's not going to do that one today.
Why not?
Go on.
Why not? After several times, I tried douching beforehand, but there still always seems to be. This is why I did it. But this this phrase was why I've picked this question. There always seem to be some chocolate hostages left behind.
Now this would make a good VT for the one show. Adam Rowe on pegging.
Hello, I'm Adam, and today is the chocolate hostage special.
Even after 1 or 2 douches, there's still chocolate sausages left behind. Any advice to help me completely clean my back door area?
Just only fuck on the couch and then turn the cushions over when you're done.
There you go.
He's nailed it. He's nailed it in one.
Chocolate.
Very nicely navigated.
Right. I have a word to round us out.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, go.
Genuinely, you just maybe pegging's not for you. If you're douching twice and you still, that's still happening.
Change your diet, more fibre.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, get some Special K.
Or use this this doucher that we have.
We're sponsored by
What is that?
lovehoney.co.uk.
It's a doucher. We're sponsored
It's an
by
actual douche.
An actual douche.
So what you do is, you fill your bath up, right?
Yeah.
And then you do this in it.
Fill your bath.
I don't think that's true. No, I think it's not just got to be sterilised water.
Sterilised
Does it not?
water?
I don't
It's
know.
got to be,
It's sterilise
it's gotta be
it.
holy water.
It does for Adam. Yeah.
So then you release it, and this will suck the water up.
Is
And
that
then-
my gift for coming on the show?
Yeah,
You grab it.
Jonathan Ross, you get a mug and a canvas bag, and on Have a Word, you get a douche.
Can we not get him
Put
an
it on your
unused
arse,
one?
and then you do that, and then it cleans out your body.
Do you have any that hasn't been used, does it?
Why don't we send this to that guy?
We've got
send this
several
one.
£1,000 worth of sex toys behind that curtain.
Oh no! Don't throw fucking sex toys at us.
Because
Matthew.
our sponsor, Love Honey, furnished us with their entire catalogue.
Really?
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
all the things.
Wow.
Yeah, there was one point when there was too
This
many
is
dildos.
actually used in this studio to clean the camera lenses. We just do that on it.
You douche the camera lens. I did a gig in LA and it was at a sex shop and they didn't tell me it was at a sex shop. And I landed and I turned up to the address and walked in and I was like, there must be a mistake. And I called my agent. He was like, no, it's a gig in a sex shop. I was like, I'm not doing that. I mean,
And he was like, you did a leisure centre last week.
You did a
Fucking shut up and crap on.
I was like, just say my plane got delayed. I don't feel comfortable performing in a sex shop. And so then I hang up and the guy came over and he was like, are you here for the comedy gig? And I was like, nope. And then realized that the only way I could get out of that situation and save face was to look like a customer. So I had to browse around, like looking at a few handcuffs and dildos. Buy a butt plug and off I went.
Did you buy a plug?
No, I didn't. I didn't feel like I needed to actually buy something. But
Oh, you were just browsing.
I was just browsing,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
actually makes you look like even more of a weirdo.
Yeah, that looks like you've gone into a sex shop and gone, do you know what? They haven't got what I'm looking for.
I think I need to get that on the dark web.
Right, this have a word is from Sam Beard. He said, have a word with my colleague in the kitchen at work. We'll call him Ben. He always lies to us about the most unrealistic things and we've called him out on it, but he still does it. He's a real life Jay Cartwright. Should I call him out or let him keep having a laugh? Here's some examples of his lies. He apparently opened the Severn Bridge between England and Wales with Prince Charles. Having an over-the-phone flirtation shit with the lady who used to sell us our vegetables. Apparently she even came in one time because she had to put a face to the voice. Getting kicked out of Pizza Hut for eating too much pizza and eating 88 pounds of steak.
Was he eating
88
pizza off other
ounces
people's
of
tables?
steak.
From the all-you-can-eat lunch buffet.
Me and Adam,
Oh, right, okay. It wasn't just like going in, and I'll have one pizza, but I'm having some of theirs as well.
me and Adam met more steak than that when we went out for steak that time.
That's true, actually. So that
What did he eat?
88 ounce steak in one sitting.
We ate more than that, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
This guy's a big lad.
So have you got have you ever had a friend that just lies about stuff?
Yes.
We've got one.
We've
and
got
we're-
one who is the epitome of Jay Cartwright.
And how
And,
do you,
and
how do you
he's
deal with
got similar letters in his name to Ben.
Yes, yeah.
better.
Yeah,
No.
It's Ben.
this is our mate. I wrote this.
You have to let him do it and you enjoy it. Just laugh at it. Not at him. Just enjoy it behind his back.
If you've got a bullshitter mate, it's great. You just have to interrogate them. Not interrogate them, but playfully interrogate them.
Pick holes in it.
Yeah.
Not pick holes, just keep asking. You don't even want to pick holes. You just want to, like, watch them try and extend the bullshit. So when he's like, I opened the Severn Bridge, you don't just go, oh, cool. You go, how did that come about? How did you get to do that? And then they've got to invent that bit. And then whatever they say there, you ask a question about that. And you just make them paint this unbelievable nonsense picture. And eventually they'll out themselves. It's fun. Life's better with people who are full of shit.
Yeah, he's insane. He's insane. He said he went to Thailand once for 3 weeks.
That's
to do,
the lie.
It was part of the lie. It was during A-level revision, and he was a smart kid, but didn't want us to know. He's like, "Oh, I'm
It was
too
like
cool."
too cool to be like, I'm revising for a few weeks, so I'm not coming out drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said to us that he'd been in Thailand for 3 weeks learning MMA.
He went, yeah, I'm going to go to Thailand for a bit. A week later, he was like, I'm home. I didn't like it. And he got a tattoo on his belly. He got a tattoo in Liverpool to prove, oh yeah, I got it in Thailand. Yeah.
Yeah. And then passed his
committed.
exams with flying colours.
Because he's a smart lad. But he felt stupid revising, so he said he's going to go and...
It's like too cool to revise. Just like, yeah, I'm going to Thailand to learn to punch people's heads in.
Oh my god.
Anyway, straight A's.
Yeah.
We're not even making that up, and it sounds like we are.
Yeah.
But that is what he did. I seen him the other day.
Got any bullshit mates?
I had one at school he used to lie quite a lot. I think he said his dad like ran Nike at one point and then told us that he was friends with Britney Spears and was going to bring in autographs from Britney Spears and then
I feel like at your school, this is all believable, though. Like, if that was at my school, I'd be like, no, you don't. You're a Cardinalina. You can either be a mathematician or a murderer, and you need to pick one of them.
What are we?
The Britney Spears, the Britney Spears autograph one is one of the lamest ones. Like everyone's gonna go, "Oh my god, they are signed."
But he brought some in and they were all obviously completely different because he tried to forge her signature.
Have you seen the conspiracy about Britney Spears?
Oh no,
you
that
seen
it's her sister.
Have you seen? Britney
What?
Spears is dead, right?
Is she?
There's-
Jamie? Is it Jamie?
Yeah, so there's a TikTok video, right, where she's like doing like she's doing a bit of a sexy like dance and whatever.
She's going
and
crazy.
when she gets like here, it's like a filter breaks, but like her face changes for like half a second, and you can see like the person who's got the Britney Spears filter on under it, and it just looks like her sister. So allegedly, Britney.
Why
Dead.
would she be on TikTok?
What?
Why would she be dead? Why are you going to dead?
Well, she's either dead or tied up somewhere.
Or just does somebody on TikTok?
Yeah, maybe.
And your friend's the fantasist.
I think it's better to live in a world where conspiracies are real, Jack. Do you know what I mean?
And I don't, but I have to listen to a few.
Bin Laden did 9/11. Boring. Too obvious.
Britney Spears
Britney Spears
did 9/11. No,
That's why she's dead.
That wouldn't be boring.
It wouldn't be boring.
If you found out Britney Spears had,
Orchestrated 9/11.
Yeah.
I know which bit of this is getting cut. I know.
The disparity in the lies as well is quite grand, isn't it? Between opening the Severn Bridge with Prince Charles and eating too much pizza in Pizza Hut. That one I can buy.
I didn't even
possible.
on the buffet. There should be a rule where you cannot be thrown out for eating too much pizza at the buffet. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Come on.
All you can beat.
Yeah.
But that's the lie, innit? He got chucked out for it. So he must have...
No, genuinely, can you get thrown out of Pizza Hut for eating too much? God, no.
Can you just stay there all day?
No, the
I think they
buffet's
only give you
limited,
like a
isn't it?
2-hour limit, don't they?
Right, okay.
Can you take it out with you? Because you could just take loads of pizza boxes in.
No, you're not allowed to take it out.
They've got you.
Yeah.
This guy must have eaten a lot of pizza then.
Okay. Right, do you want one more?
One more.
Yeah?
Round
We're
us
running
out.
out of time.
So this is from Capel Pow. Wag Wag Lids, one of my mates is getting married later this year and hasn't picked his first dance song yet. I'm trying to find the best, worst song for him to use, such as Gold Digger and It Wasn't Me. Figured you guys could come up with some incredible
might be mine.
options.
Adam's bad to that one.
It was me. So what do you think the best, worst songs for a first dance are?
Any plans to get married, Jack?
Yeah.
Have you got your first dance song is the one that you'd go for?
I mean, yeah, I don't think I'd get much say in the choice of what
Yeah.
that song would be.
Yeah.
It would definitely be like something that she wanted. And
Like traditional.
I would go with the flow, whatever she...
It's a really good tactic for weddings, isn't it?
Just
Just keep it
But you
smooth.
have
the
to
path
pretend
of
to be
least
happy, though.
resistance.
You have to pretend to like it.
Yeah.
You can't go, I don't care. You're like, that's a good choice, actually.
Yeah.
What was your first dance then?
There was a Van Morrison song that went into Paul Simon, Call Me Out, because we wanted everyone to start dancing with us. It's nice. We did a little remix.
I feel like my missus would probably pick something like Cardi B WAP, or she loves all of that kind of music.
Wow.
I don't think
now
you can be
now
getting your
I've-
nan up to sing Wet Ass, but
Sorry?
you can't be like pulling your nan's hands
No,
up. Come
I
on,
know.
love. Come on. You can't do that. I'd like something a dance that everyone knows, maybe like the Cupid Shuffle. Because then everyone gets up to do it, don't they?
Oh, are you not doing a dance on your own? No.
Oh yeah, you start with like 30 seconds of all the boring shape, but then you want something.
singing
What was that?
That was Cardi B. That was WAP.
You know what I mean? You start with like one of the traditional boring ones, but then it just goes in Cupid Shuffle,
Like the cha-cha slide.
cha-cha slide. Oh,
Classic.
So you want to choreograph first dance?
I'll do the 30 seconds.
I'll be learning to dance before my first dance. I'll be going to dance lessons. There's no chance I'm going to be the guy like...
You
3 weeks in Thailand.
You just have a
Dance lessons.
You've danced in front of 7,000 people.
I know I have, but it's different. It's like everyone's watching you dance. Do all watch it? I mean, whatever. But I want to learn a dance. Or be like, oh, that's great, rather than me like awkwardly.
Yeah,
like,
but you don't want to be one of them.
Yeah, it's
them
too
cringy.
it's a bit tragic if it's too well
choreographed
rehearsed.
dance. I mean, like I learn how to slow
The
dance.
first
properly.
dance is just you're just basically a cuddle with one arm up.
Yeah, but look,
It's not you're not spinning and
No, I'm
like,
not talking
it's
that,
not a
but I mean-
tango.
No, but I
But it
want to.
should be though, shouldn't it? That's well better. Living La Vida Loca. Oh,
Adam singing it.
I'm out. I'm
Everyone
gonna be
gets
so
excited.
pissed by that point.
No,
of his
I want to
wedding.
learn to dance. I want to look cool. I don't want to be like, because I'm not a good dancer at all.
a bit of this.
So I want to learn how to at least move my feet.
Cardi B. Tell him Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Email back.
Ricky Martin once asked me to remove a joke from a script because I was doing the Royal Variety Show and he was on it. And I had a reference when I brought him out to saying the Queen was about to be shaking her bomb-bombs to the tunes of Ricky Martin. And he heard it in rehearsal and asked me to remove it because he thought it was disrespectful.
To who? To him or the Queen?
To the Queen?
Is he a spokesperson?
He's the only person I think that's ever asked me to remove a joke.
Did he do Living La Vida Loca?
He did Live in La Vida Loca.
At the Royal Variety
She
performance?
bangs. It's honestly amazing. Those shows are just so mental, like watching the Queen sort of pretending to enjoy Ricky Martin. I'm like, she's far more offended, I'm sure, by your performance than anything that I'm going to say.
She loves a roast. Right, should we call it? Is that the app?
Yeah.
Go and see Jack on tour.
Jack is touring. Where can they get tickets? I imagine it's jackwhitehall.com.
JackWhitehall.com, and you can come and see me in the overrated city of Manchester or the underrated city of Liverpool and other places.
I even think Liverpool's overrated by the people who live here, but and underrated by everyone who doesn't. That's my genuine opinion. We did that a few weeks ago, and I stand by that. Manchester's overrated by everyone.
We're doing a live show in Newcastle
Yes.
on
Yeah.
June the 8th.
Yes.
There's
Few
a
tickets
handful
still
of tickets
available.
left for that.
Dublin in July, Glasgow in July.
Would you like a couple of guest announcements for
Oh,
Dublin?
yeah, dropped them.
Darren Conway's coming on, isn't he?
And Willow White.
So
Two local Dublin legends. Willow's going to do a bit of stand-up and join us for the podcast. Darren's going to join us for the podcast.
haveawordlive.com. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is good?
I'm on tour as well, so's Dan. But you already know where to get tickets for those.
Dan, I like your new sneak thing on the table.
Yeah, it's all right. We did an advert for Sneak in the first section, didn't we? But Sneak, it's
I
dead
think we
good.
did, yeah. Just making
Jack,
sure.
I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me.
Good luck on tour. Good luck with the baby.
Thank you.
Got a song?
We have got a song. This is from a band called Orange Sun, and this is called Dream and Lie.
I love the song, but
Enjoy.
I just think
Yeah, it's your favourite bit, isn't it?
I just think it's very nice of us to, give a platform to these musicians. And I think more often than not, the song's an absolute banger.
You listen to them every week.
Never listen to one. Appreciate it. Bye, Felicia.